Ain't no way I'm starting like that. Wait. Okay, that feels better. All right, I'll loosen things up because, I missed yesterday due to, you know what, you don't even want to hear it, okay? I'm sorry about yesterday. But we continue. We will be inseparable between now and, God, the rest of the week, actually. So it's no big deal. You'll get tired of me between now and then anyway. Let's do it tonight, fam. Let's get right into this because I was like, Kyle is just, people need to back up off of Kyle, man. You know what? Kyle's temper is becoming more and more prevalent, isn't it? He has been phrased. I mean, the guy has been frayed for since the season ended last year, with good reason too. I mean, come on. We got robbed last year. That was a Super Bowl team last year, and everything went wrong. He's pissed. I understand. But Kyle, chill, brah. Coach Kyle Shanahan defended his actions regarding his position on quarterback style preferences during yesterday's media conference. He elaborated on several levels that a winning quarterback is more than one particular skill. A lot. I mean, he went on and on. So we're going to be talking about Monday's media conference and looking for what you deducted from the Niners pre-draft conversation and taking your calls tonight for your thoughts and everything Niners! Get off your chest, because, man, Kyle, man, you... Oh, and in related news, speaking of reacting to Kyle's temper, Coach gave an unexpected dark answer yesterday to a question about Jimmy G's future with the Niners, right? And George Kittle wasted no time trolling Coach up, too, boy. I mean, Shanahan was discussing the Niners draft plans with reporters when he was asked if he could guarantee that Garoppolo sees. Shanahan probably says, man, y'all, you know what? Every GD time I come to do a press conference, the first thing you want to ask me is, what about Jimmy? I've told you people how many times. So, Shanahan, he went off. I could see it. Garoppolo went... reporters, when he was asked if he could guarantee the Garoppolo for the 80th time, asked him, can you guarantee the Garoppolo will be on the roster come Sunday? His response was that he can't even guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive on Sunday, let alone make promises about this roster. He done told y'all how many times. He's not guaranteeing anything. He already told you way back when Jimmy G was expected to be the starter. But does it matter? Ask him again. There he is. Ask him again. Here comes Kyle. Ask him again. See, but Kyle needs to control himself. This is what his job is. Kyle, stay calm. George Kittle and had wasted no time getting comical with a hilarious reply and tweeted Coach up saying, I'll call you on Sunday to let you know I'm alive, Coach. You got to appreciate Kittle, man, because the dude can find something to get funny about at any given moment. Good, George. But other than the Jimmy haters, most people felt Shanahan was avoiding the question. Because, as I said, he's sick. He's been asked that question every time. Him and John Lynch. And Lynch doesn't even say anything anymore. They just quit. You guys are going to ask us this every week. So, and yesterday, Kyle just got nasty about it. So, as I say, it has become clear that, as I say, Kyle's got a smoking temper. Anyway, let's get right into this. I collected some thoughts from 49ers webzone's Kirk Larrabee that really did make a lot of sense. A big Brad, thanks. I'm going to see you. Ronbo, did the press conference change your mind at all about who you like at 3? Traded the Bay out with the old, in with the gold. I've been a Trey Lance guy the whole time. But you know what? Fields is very good. I just don't understand how they're going to do this. We'll see. Are the Niners looking to follow in the footsteps of the rest of the league and add a multi-dimensional quarterback like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen to their roster, is the question. Not necessarily based on what Niners coach Shanahan said yesterday. With the Niners set to add a quarterback with the third overall pick, we all know that, in this week's NFL draft, and a contrast in styles expected to be available to them in perceived pocket passer Mac Jones, whose name is just painted everywhere. I mean, I think they got his locker already at Levi's facility, along with higher athleticism candidates in Trey Lance and Justin Fields. And there's been some discussion in the past over whether or not the Niners will choose to follow league trends and emphasize athleticism in their selection. Shanahan addressed that topic during the Niners pre-draft press conference yesterday. Oh, but did he? Saying he doesn't let any single style or league trend play a big role in what he prefers. In fact, Shanahan said, quote, "I look at everything. I think the whole thing of success of people like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, those guys are unbelievable. They could play the position, and they're obviously very, very talented and running around and doing stuff. But those are those guys. You've got to look at a lot of people. There's lots of different ways you can do it. I don't look at it in trends of the league. I look at it as there's some special players. There's some special people. I don't care when Drew Brees comes out, whether it's 30 years from now, 30 years ago, or today, Drew's going to be pretty good. So is Phillip Rivers. So are all these guys. So is Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. They would have been good 40 years ago. Also, really good. They're going to be good 40 years in the future." Shannon's ready. He goes on to say, "You've got to take the guys you believe in are good enough to do it. Whatever way that is. There's lots of ways to do it, and people are proving that more and more." Unquote. I mean, God, cool off my God, Kyle, Jesus. But regardless of what quarterback skill set might be, there will always be other factors that come into play. Shanahan continued by saying, quote, "You want to find Drew Brees who can move like Lamar Jackson, and Mahomes, he's maybe in the middle. Whatever, I'm not being exact, but this is where it's going, this is where it's been. I'll always evolve. It matters on how you group people together, what your choices are, and how you plan using that person." Unquote. Shanahan was adamant during yesterday's press conference, said he was a fan of all 5 of the top quarterbacks in this year's draft, which also presumably includes 2 quarterbacks expected to be off the board at pick 3 in Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. The task the Niners have faced since the trading up to pick 3 hasn't necessarily been to find which of those quarterbacks can bring them the same options as someone like Mahomes or Allen, but to simply decide who will be the best fit for their current situation. The league will find out which quarterback the 49ers feel matches that description when they announce their pick sometime right around 8 p.m. ET Thursday night. Shanahan goes on to say, though, quote, "To make this so black and white, it's not right." I don't even believe he said that, but I'm going to keep moving. It's who's the best quarterback and why. There's lots of different ways, and whatever those ways are, how does that pertain to your offense, what you have, the building you have, and what gives you the best chance to win? That's what was so exciting about this year. I do see 5 guys. No one's ever a slam dunk. Look at the history of this league. But you see 5 guys capable of being a starting quarterback. And I do, and I see them all a little bit differently. And you've got to decide which way you want to play that. Unquote. Niner fam, tonight my question to you is this. What do you say to Kyle Shanahan on his feelings about trading up to the number 3 spot and some of the reasons that he has laid down as to why people should back up? Can he get an amen? Or are you feeling, Kyle, WTF, brah? I find it hilarious. You know what? Kyle, he's always been a mystery to me in the way he thinks. So I don't know what to say. Although I get the feeling he may have exposed, Kyle either exposed his hand, and it is indeed, and it may have been this whole time since after the national championship. Maybe it's always been McCorkle. But then again, he's also said some things that maybe he's ready to make a little shift into what he likes. So, I don't really know. I have no idea. I'll just wait and see what he does. Rich Rivera says, what's up? Hey, I want Trey Lance. He's going to be a special quarterback in the NFL. Jermaine, Rich, you know what? Actually, that was my choice for when I first saw him. Jermaine Price, it's my son's birthday. Let's get that song, Jeremiah, for Jeremiah. Oh, yes, we can. Johnny Coldwater says, all right, Ronbo, you think Kyle is definitely going to blow it or not? God, that's a good question, too. I don't know. Kyle is like, he's unhinged right now. It's already been said, in rumors, you know how rumors go, but we already know that nothing gets out of Santa Clara. It's already been said that Kyle does indeed want what his dad and him would always want, which would be, of course, Mac Jones. But people around the office saying, come on, Kyle, no, get the other two. So, Matt says, shout out from Bend, Oregon, and go Niners. Sack Francisco, ain't go even lie, Ronbo. I had to go back and listen to that intro a second time. All right. DJ Malone, Ronbo Sports. Ronbo, do you think Joe Montana got better when he brought in Steve Young? Yeah, that's the way it works. You build a fire under a guy that's got talent, and all of a sudden you see something different. He says, will Kyle and the offense evolve, or will he stick to the ways of Rich Kotite? Who's Rich Kotite? Fields of the Bay, Black Zeus. Honestly, to me, it's suicide to go into this season without. And Kyle Shanahan's system is not something everybody grasps right off the bat, especially a rookie coming out of the. Everybody says, yeah, he's real smart, he'll get it. Yeah, right. Some of these guys have been smart before these rookies came along, and they still had to struggle to get things down. So I don't really want a rookie now. I really don't. If he wants to come in, if Jimmy comes in and starts losing, which I can't imagine that, but if he comes in and starts losing for some odd reason, yeah, you make that switch in the middle of the season. But right now, I want this team, I want the band brought back. Let's have another concert. That's what I want to see. Can they do it? If they're going to get there, they're going to get there through confidence, speed, and knowing each other. Let the rookie sit there and learn, and when he's ready next year, come in, take Jimmy's job, say goodbye to Jimmy. But right now, I want a Super Bowl, and I want that berth now. Going in fooling around with the rookie, making mistakes and learning on the job, not now. Not now. Jermaine says, hey, it's my son's birthday, Jeremiah, let me. Happy BB, happy. Jeremiah, you keeping up? Don't run away. Don't get scared. I wonder how old he is. Happy Niners birthday, Jeremiah. Happy Niners birthday, Jeremiah. Happy Niners birthday, Jeremiah. You guys have a great day. All right. I'm going to get on over here to my phone, and I'm going to say, Charles, come on in, Charles.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Charles, awesome, man. I tell you, man, I can't wait till Thursday comes and goes. But, Charles, tonight, what do you say to Kyle's rant from yesterday? And Kyle just went off on his feelings about what's going on with the quarterback pick. And are you giving him an amen or giving him a WTF?
I'm giving him an amen, man. Like, at this point, he's heard the same question for the past 3 months.
Yeah.
Is Jimmy going to be the starter week 1? Is Jimmy going to be the starter week 1? And at that point, it's just like, don't you take the hint? I'm not telling you. You ain't going to know, so back off.
Right?
But,
you don't have to ask me every press conference the same damn question. Pissed him off yesterday.
Yeah, and he just finally got sick of it, and I don't blame the guy. The guy has been just focused on one thing, and he's just been focused on who he's going to draft on Thursday. And as it is, that's got him stressed enough because this could be his job right here. If he messes up, I think it's just bye for Kyle because you spent your entire future and you messed up. Yeah, you're done. So he's just focused on getting this pick right, which I have the utmost confidence in John and Kyle because what reason have they given us not to believe in them? I mean, just look at last year when they drafted Brandon Ayuk. I don't think all of us were really happy about that pick at that time. But fast forward, who doesn't say, "Damn, Ayuk was gonna be a bad mofo, right? A bad mofo in the future." I don't think you can find one right now. And of course, Javon Kinlaw is just he gonna be a problem in the NFL. He gonna be a problem. And Nick Bosa. So whoever they pick, I'm confident that they will get the right guy because they know what the hell they're doing. And I'm glad we have people that know what the hell they're doing.
Oh, amen.
So honestly, if we pick Mac Jones, I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about that one.
Well, Charles, just like you said, you didn't know how to feel about Ayuk. Charles, we could be wrong. Everybody could be wrong about Jones and this particular offense. It is largely about fit, not necessarily much beyond that. But we're going to find out. It may not be Jones, but if it is, I don't know if we should get all upset about that or not.
Ronbo, look, if he picks him, I'm obviously going to support Jones. I'm going to root for him to do his best because, I'm a Niner fan and I always will be a Niner fan. But the thing about Mac Jones is when you have a first-round pick at running back, 2 first-round picks at wide receiver, it's like, how can you not do that? How can you not do good? You know what I mean? But if Kyle evaluates him and says, that's my guy, I'm going to rock with Kyle and be like, all right, that's my guy too. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you. I agree. You got, like you just said, we're trusting these guys because they're real football people. And honestly, Charles, I do not want to see them leave. And God knows what they're going to bring in. What's available out there, Charles? I've always liked Shanahan. I wanted him for our OC years ago, if nothing else. And now we're going to say goodbye to him because of injuries, which has basically been the story in San Francisco. This team has not been bad for the last 2 years, for sure.
We just been cursed with these injuries. It's like during the Super Bowl, we were blessed for 1 year to be healthy, and we showcased that our ceiling is a Super Bowl. Last year was just literally hell. Like how it was just literal hell. It ruined our season, injuries, and now we're being doubted again. We're being doubted all over again, just like in the Super Bowl year, trying to get back to what we were. But Ronbo, I have one thing to say. So everyone's saying how we're going to get rid of Jimmy G, but I technically disagree with that because if we were to get rid of Jimmy G, we already would have done it. Because if we released him or traded him, he would take a $3 million cap hit on our cap hit. A $3 million cap hit. So why haven't we done that? We could have signed a bunch of more players, re-signed players, if we would have just released them. Right. So I'm assuming we're gonna keep them week 1, but Ronbo, I know we gotta roll. Appreciate the time as always. Have a good night.
It's good stuff, Charles. That's just sort of common sense. The savings has already been lost. The 49ers have already signed everybody. Now, in a COVID situation, we don't even know what kind of preseason we're going to have. You're going to tell me you're going to start this season with a kid? I don't give a damn how good he is at college. He's going to come in, mastermind this offense, and be able to roll with guys that are already polished? That makes no sense to me. This is why I'm saying you bring that rookie in, that's fine. Let him learn. Don't bring him out there. And Lynch has already said it a few times. When he's ready, he said it during his conference, when he's ready, he'll take it. When he's ready is the key words. If he comes in ready, that's science fiction. So I still see Garoppolo being on this team at least to start the season. Beyond that, I have no idea. But to start the season with anybody that doesn't know
I
what they're
believe that
doing,
too.
that's suicide. So anyway, we don't even know if he's a bust or not.
I don't
But
think. Yeah, I doubt Kyle wants to go into the season with a raw rookie who,
yeah.
because we all know Kyle's playbook is just complicated as hell. So I'm pretty sure he's just going to sit him for however many games.
It's got to be it. Charles, we're gonna run out. We ran out of time already. We'll see you. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow every day this week. Actually, so all right. Have a great night, Charles. Love it.
I'll see you tomorrow, Ronbo. Thanks for the time as always. Have a good night.
Thank you, man. It's Waruna. Morning, Waruna.
Hey Ronbo,
Waruna.
how are you?
Oh, fine. I just can't wait till this draft is over, man. Because the anticipation this year, even sports analysts on TV are saying, hey, we want to give a shout out to the 49ers for giving us plenty to talk about for this last month. Well, Rudy, you know what? The 49ers are providing material for every platform, station out there. It's hilarious. Because yesterday, Kyle's meltdown, basically, during the press conference, and then you got now. But
Yeah,
the question tonight is, what do you say to Kyle about what he just said? Is that you going to get an A man for that, or do you give him a W2F?
I would say I don't like it.
Yeah, WTF.
Not okay. I'm not going to say it loud.
I know, but I know what you mean. Explain.
And the thing is this now, from the very beginning, when they announced that trade up to number 3 position, the way Kyle spoke about Jimmy, it didn't sit right with me. The reason is this. Now, I'm not a Jimmy fan per se, but thing is, I felt like Jimmy, it was unfair for Jimmy, because reason is, it's not Jimmy's fault that he got injured. It's not Jimmy's fault that 49ers gave away second round pick for New England to draft him, because somebody made that decision in the front office. Fine. So when you spend 3 first round picks and 1 third round pick to get a quarterback, that will eventually means that whoever the quarterback that is going to come here will be the starting quarterback no matter what. So the very same day they announced this trade, it was evident. So why do you, that's my question all the time. Why do you drag Jimmy through all this public shaming? Basically, it's publicly shaming Jimmy, right? I mean,
To
you
some degree.
could have,
Depends on how you interpret it. Yeah. Because
yeah,
he's answered this question a number of times already. I suspect Kyle should just, next time, just don't answer. Just move on, Kyle. Don't get into it. Because, you say things that you may not even meant later, So,
yeah. The thing, there is another point of another angle to this, right? Now, NFL is a very what do you call, it's a pressure cooker basically. So there will always be consistent pressure. Even if you are winning, you will always have pressure. So as a coach, as a professional who is involved in this league, sometimes you have to maintain that certain set of standards when you answer certain questions, even though that might seems to be stupid. Inside you might feel this is a dumb question over and over again. Yes, I agree, but you are a professional. So that's why Kyle Shanahan is the head coach, and like regular person like me is not the head coach of 49ers. So there is a difference.
One thing I want to ask you, though. How do you think Belichick, if he'd gone through this same every conference, how do you think he would have handled that question? Or remember Harbaugh, how bizarre he would be in press conferences? What do you think his reaction would have been? I think Kyle was at least, he articulated enough that I don't put him in the same circle with those gentlemen,
Yes. Let me say this. One person doing wrong thing doesn't make it right.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
if Belichick does that, it doesn't give an excuse to Kyle to do the same thing. So I mean, we expect better. End of the day. So that's the thing. But anyway, I hope that they will trade Jimmy as soon as possible. Stop publicly shaming him, and I sincerely hope Jimmy will have a good career. He will regain his strength, regain his health back, and he would prove to the NFL who anyone doubts him that okay, he can stay healthy and be a good starting quarterback. I really wish that for Jimmy.
Well, I guess we owe that much to him at least. Wish him good luck. I mean, he did go to a Super Bowl with us, and
Yeah,
we weren't winning any games before he came, Waruna. So
yeah.
I'll be
Other
forever
thing
grateful
is,
to him. Yeah.
other thing is, I mean, even everything is going around him. Jimmy never publicly spoke out. He stayed silent. He
Yeah.
did let the organization do whatever they want. He never got involved. I mean, imagine if this would have been Dak Prescott or Rogers,
Or
or
Aaron Rodgers, who's constantly
especially,
right now raging every chance he gets.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So we should give that credit to Jimmy as well. So when we criticize Jimmy, we have to remember that he
yeah.
always
Honestly,
maintained his composure.
he's composed. But honestly, Bruno, I gotta tell you, I got a feeling there's a conversation going on between Jimmy and Kyle and John, and they've made it pretty clear they're always transparent with him. And there's also a conversation going on between not Jimmy, but Kyle, John, and the media. So I think they're two different conversations. But we're gonna find out.
Yes, yes.
All right, Rilla. We're gonna run out of
Okay,
time. Let's see
okay.
you
Thanks a
tomorrow.
lot, Ron. Sure, sure.
Always
Thanks a lot,
appreciate you.
Ronbo.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Um, we got a few up here. Let's see. Oh, for Kobe. Kobe, man, I haven't seen you. Actually, I've not seen you in a while too. Can I get a birthday shout out too? It was on the 12th. Kobe, man, you should have came in on the 12th, man. It loses some of its novelty now, but we will do it for Kobe. Makes it easy with his name is Ford Kobe. Happy 9/9/9/9/9 April birthday for Kobe. Happy 90th birthday for Kobe. Happy 90th birthday for Kobe. Kobe, your name is tailor made for the birthday song, man. Happy birthday, Kobe. Ball third. Let's not forget all those other offensive players that Kyle wanted. Beathard, Pettis, I know, right? McKinnon, etc. I trust him as a coach, not as a talent evaluator. And this is something that's going to loom. Although, Paul, a lot of coaches make some real bad picks, though. In fact, I was thinking about that one day, and I wanted to go down and look at some of the top coaches and some of the bonehead picks they made and compare them. Because I think it's tough with the draft to really, especially, man, quarterback is a dangerous pick, especially in the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft. Ooh, that is scary because 90% of them are bust. So, 49 Lakers says, drafting Mac Jones remind me of us taking Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers. Can you imagine if we're in that same thing? And Don Burr, Detroit versus every damn body. Don, are you a Lions fan? I mean, Tommy Huxley says, Smack Cones ain't our quarterback. Tommy, Anna Maria. Man, I just don't know how we're going to. Guys, brace yourself, though, fam. Don't put your body or your emotions in a position to be crushed on draft night like I was when we picked up Solomon Thomas in 2017. It took me a couple of days to get over that. You want to try to roll with it, try to relax or something. Southside Tone, I think 49ers will draft Fields, and they're just dragging the media because the media will believe anything. Thanks. Southside, for that contribution too. I still trying to figure out what is the point. Why don't you take the same position as Jacksonville and in the Jets, and people they won't bother you then. Yes, sir, says Fields at 3, then draft wide receiver Chris Olave next year. Ron Beasy, if we draft Fields, I'll buy you the Fields fathead. Well, we're going to need. You know what? Yeah, but I want to put George Kittle up there. I think if there's anybody going to stay around on the current team, it's going to be George, because the new quarterback ain't guaranteed nothing either. He's got to come in and show he belongs. Hey, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you
James,
doing, man?
it's that time of year when the anxiety set in. And somebody mentioned that during the press conference of Kyle the other day, made me laugh so hard. John, there's a lot of anxiety going around the Niner fans are concerned with your picking Mac Jones. And John, quickly, well, you know what? I'll let Kyle handle that. You know, that kind of told me something too. But James, as I said, are you giving an amen to Kyle's lashing out at the media, or is it a WTF for you as well?
Well, I'm not gonna say it's a WTF for me, but I'll say it just like this, man. You know, it's you can never satisfy the fans or these sports commentators. You can never do it. If you win a Super Bowl, you're the greatest show on turf. You're the greatest thing in football. Look at all the accolades Patrick Mahomes got when he beat us and got $45 million a year contract. And this year here in this Super Bowl, he ran for more yards than he did producing on the field. So he went from the actual front end of the goat's horns to the back lower part under his tail. Okay, that's what happened to him. And for one thing, I think, tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm not. Didn't John Lynch mention back here a month ago, before they even made the move to trade up, right after they did it, and they did a press conference and why?
Yep.
I think they mentioned. I believe I heard this. Now, I could be wrong, because a lot of these fans get their different comments. Some say they don't follow sports commentators on YouTube and this and that, but then they come right back. Their whole segment is about who they heard from this and that and that and this. That was on YouTube. But now, didn't he mention that they went to Jed York and got the okay to do this? Did he?
I saw that. A lot of people forgot about that already. Yeah.
Why is it so many people that seem to say that their jobs are on the line if they don't get it right? Because they didn't get it right about Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, Dante Pettis. They didn't get it right about them, did they?
Nope.
But their jobs didn't seem to be on the line then. And let's not forget, John Lynch says we have to insulate Jimmy Garoppolo. He didn't say we got to get better at the quarterback position. He said we got to insulate Garoppolo, meaning he's given him time to actually heal, because when he was healed and he played a full season, he took us to a Super Bowl in his first full season. You can count the quarterbacks on your hand, and you probably won't get past the 4 fingers before the thumb of quarterbacks that took their teams the very first year to a Super Bowl in the league that they started. You can count them on one hand. Trust me, I can tell you that. Now, at the same time, you know, Ronbo, I was thinking about something. Last week, when I spoke about 2 weeks ago about what if we went and got Jimmy another pass catcher, everybody in the chat, you know, they call themselves calling me names. Some of them can't even spell that great, so I'm not going to say how bright they are. But they did that, you know. And at the end of the day, how do we really know that this was not a calculated move to actually get the best out of Jimmy Garoppolo? Because one thing you can believe, John Lynch, when he knows a good talent, he's seen it in his career where the first 3 years with the Bucks, he played one season, got injured, missed the next 2 seasons. The 4th year, he struggled through injuries after missing 2 whole years. They fired the coach, Tony Dungy, and hired John Gruden. They won a Super Bowl. Then, for some reason, they still didn't believe in him. They traded him to Denver on his 5th-year option. They moved on, and he went to Denver. He played the next 8 years and only missed 1 practice, okay? He's shown us that he believed in Jason Verrett, okay? He showed us he believed in Jimmy Ward. These were guys that were basically injured. And once their bodies healed and they found out how to take care of themselves, it was a whole different ball game. And we gave away 2 first-rounders. The majority of that roster right now was found in later rounds, and it's a whole lot of UDFAs that are on that roster that are playing Hall of Fame football. Well, they're playing first-round talent draft stock players, and they were UDFAs, okay? So, like I said, I don't know if it's a calculated move or not, but hearing this about, we're going to trade Jimmy because there's been so much speculation about him. Who's speculating, really? Is
fans
the team
and media
speculating?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, they went to Jimmy before they even came up with this scenario after they cleared it with Jed York. And now, like I say, I'm quite sure they spoke to him and said, listen, you're our guy if you can stay healthy, man.
Yeah.
Let's look for a better season, but we're also going to make sure that there's somebody behind you, that when you go down, there is somebody that could take the helm. But now, believing
CJ and Nick.
Believing in these smoke screens out here that one of these guys are going to start for us, I'm saying it like this, and I know we got to go. I'm still believing if we don't pick a pass catcher, as in Kyle Pitts, who I think we really should pick, then I wouldn't be mad if they do draft Mac Jones. Because why? The truth be told, I don't know about all that because the Patriots did a lot of spending.
Yeah, he's going after Jones.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't doubt it. And the guy, slow. Listen, one thing he does well, and I'm going to get on.
All right. James, we got a lot of people like, I'm going to look for your answer on that because I'm dying to know. Production. Hey, Tony, aloha, and tiny bubbles. I don't know why.
In my wine. How you doing there, Ronbo?
Tony, I'm doing everything I can to keep my mind straight before Thursday night because the turmoil that everybody's mind right now is outrageous. It's like we put ourselves through this for the love of this team, but it's a tough time. Oh, my God. Tony, is it WTF behind Kyle's behavior Monday, or is it an amen? What are you thinking?
For me, Ronbo, it's got to be a WTF behind Kyle's behavior, and it's not because I don't believe in him as an offensive play caller. It's just when you put him stacked up next to John Lynch, and you watch them both deal and interact with the press, and you have John Lynch who has always been just very cordial, also kind of has a plan, and he kind of knows how to spin things in the exact right way to not insult anybody. And then you have Kyle, who's a lot more keeps things closer to not as close to the vest, and he'll strike out. And just the way that he kind of handled himself, it wasn't disappointing. He was Kyle. He was classic Kyle overall. John Lynch is much. There's a reason why the press conference was originally John Lynch and not Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. He got a little defensive, I thought Kyle did, and just the way the last couple of days have sort of have gone have made me really skeptical, actually, overall about Mac Jones. He's never been my favorite overall, but just seeing kind of the video that came out about him today. I know a lot of the people in the chat have always had some reservations about Mac Jones in terms of his maturity, and his off the field stuff.
Yeah.
And now to have that video come out, which where he is like saying 100 milli, it just does not hit me in the best of all possible ways. And I wonder, I really, really wonder about his maturity more than I ever have, and wonder maybe where his dad bod came from, if it's a lack of discipline, or if it's all those sorts of things, and just kind of a little bit of disappointment in the fact that Kyle, from the press conference, Kyle seems so hell bent on keeping or on having Mac Jones be the guy, and it just makes me really wonder about him as a personnel guy. And then we think about Solomon Thomas over Mahomes and Watson, and then we think about Dante Pettis and Joe Williams and those guys, and I just and CJ Beathard, and I don't know, I'm really a little bit disheartened.
Tony, one thing I want to ask you about this, because the thing is, with Kyle Shanahan, his personality seems to dictate the fact that I'm Kyle Shanahan. How dare you question my way of thinking? I've told you people what I like, and you're still challenging me on every article I see. And I know Kyle's reading them, even though he says he doesn't. But this is the thing. I think his arrogance, and I love Kyle because I think he's brilliant, but I think at times Kyle, he gets besides himself. He should still be confident, Kyle. Don't get mad. You know, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so there's two parts of this. First of all, there's Kyle the offensive schemer. There's the Kyle the play caller, and with in those two elements, he is probably the best in the NFL. And then so his arrogance is earned when he's talking about X's and O's. Like when he's after a game explaining why what a call, whether it's a wildcat play or not, was the right call. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on those sorts of things. But right now we're in pre-draft time. And I know he wants the players that he wants, but looking back on his lists, we're talking about guys like Matt Schaub and John Beck and Matt Ryan, who is probably the best quarterback that he's sort of elevated with his own play calling. I mean, I know he was forced into RG3. He definitely picked Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins is upper tier mediocre quarterback, in the NFL. And so when it comes to matters of picking the quarterback, I'm not sure necessarily if that arrogance is altogether earned. And so again, we're going to be happy with whomever Kyle picks because Kyle and John have built the offensive roster in a way that no matter who the pick is, as long as we get one of those top 5 or 6 quarterbacks on the board, the offense is going to be good and going to be able, and Kyle's going to be calling the plays. And I have no questions whatsoever about Kyle Shanahan as a play caller. However, I'm really beginning to worry about him, being the overall captain of the roster, just with the way that he's been dealing with the press. And here's the thing, though. Come the season, we're going to be really happy because we're going to have, an offense that is really, really good. And if Kyle's guy who he drafts ends up really showing out, we're all going to forget about this come, August, September. But as of right now, it just doesn't feel good. Ronbo?
Oh, no, you're right. Everything is such a mystery. And we go through this every year with the 49ers, even last year. So, you're right, Tony. I just don't know what to expect or what's going to happen next. My only prayer is, please, guys, don't get injured again.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Well, it's funny. This is going to be one of the most watched drafts in NFL history, I think, just because of all the intrigue that's been going on. I don't know. We might see draft ratings higher than the Oscar ratings than they were on Sunday, because from what I understand, the Oscars were a very poorly viewed event. But all I can hear about is the NFL draft, even though, I lived in Hollywood for a long, long time, and I barely heard anything about the Oscars. But all I'm hearing about is the NFL draft. So if nothing else, it's going to be must-see TV,
I agree, Tony. I'm talking over the NBA. Baseball's already underway. Nobody's talking about those things, but you're right. Yeah. The focus, spotlight. Tony, awesome stuff as usual, man. I could talk to you for hours. We're gonna have to wait till tomorrow though to continue, okay?
All good. Thanks, Ron. But take care of yourself. Aloha.
Hey, you, Tony. Aloha, my brother. Hey, Morgan. Morgan. If Morgan's in his car, check him out. Does he look like Russell Wilson? Morgan does. Hey, Morgan. Morgan's probably driving. Maybe we should come back to Morgan. He could be in a situation where he needs to concentrate on a wheel. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John. It's almost that time, John. And meanwhile, is Kyle going to survive between now and Thursday night? And I suggest maybe Kyle just stay away from the media until after the press, after Thursday night. But, John, after yesterday's display, do you give John an A, man, or a WTF?
Well, Ronbo, I don't know if you looked at your chat, but just a little while ago, I sent you a chat. So if you didn't read it, that's okay. But
I may have missed. I think. Did you just? I thought I saw something pass by. Oh yeah, Jed York gave permission to trade. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
John. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have read that before we got to you too. John, you know what though?
That's no big deal.
Yeah. No. I think that's more of a we're all in this together type of thing. And if Jed didn't approve of it, it wasn't. It included more than just it wasn't a trade. It was we're going after a quarterback, and we'd like to know if you're okay with us keeping Jimmy. Pretty much that was the thing. So, did you interpret a red flag in that? You can explain that, and also the WTF or amen.
All right. So first, when it comes to the red flag, Rumble, I think you watched more football than me in your lifetime. I have never heard of a general manager having to go to his owner and say, I want to trade. I know every general manager, they take a lot of risk. And I know owners are also involved. I'm not saying that, Jed York was like, all right, you want to trade? All right, let me sign off. No. On the first press conference, when the trade was made, he said, we went to ownership. We wanted to get permission. We wanted to know if we can do that. So that's a red flag to me. Because at the end of the day, why would a general manager have to do that? So a general manager doesn't have to do that. So that's basically the red flag that worries me. John Lynch has drafted bad players. It's a fact. I'm not saying John Lynch, I know he's had George Kittle, Warner, Drake Greenlaw, of
John,
course he's.
John, let me just interject real quickly on that. I think it had more to do. I don't think I've heard about them going to Jed for any other reason. I think the major reason they even talked to Jed about that is because Jimmy's getting paid X amount of dollars, but we're still going after a quarterback in this draft. Are you okay with that? Because I think the relationship is pretty much everything goes on in Santa Clara is pretty transparent. The players from Jed on down, I think they all keep each other in the loop. I don't know that. Go ahead. Let me hear more what you're thinking, though.
Anyway, so let's get to the point of the question. Mac Jones, in my mind, and I really hope I'm wrong, I think it's going to be the pick. Yeah. A lot of people are going to be really pissed off, and I want people to know I'm a diehard fan. I'm a San Franciscan, born and raised San Francisco, Candlestick Park, Hunters Point. Okay, I grew up over there. Okay, right. I went to Candlestick Park. I was lucky to go to that stadium. Very fortunate. I got to beat the players, the 2,000 players. I was very fortunate. So when they left San Francisco, it was a huge blow. Mac Jones is going to be like the second blow to me because, we San Franciscans, that sucks. We don't want to bring it up. So, I'm going to squash that. So Kyle Shanahan is an egotistical maniac when it comes to his offense. And
I've been trying to tell
ESPN,
you. He is.
Yeah. The people on ESPN and NFL Network, they're like, the right choice. And they all say, even though Kyber, it's Justin Fields. But because of the track record and the sources that these guys have are on 49ers compound, yes, you're not going to hear leaks coming out. But when you hear, Mac Jones' name, it's not that they're saying, we're guessing. And it's been going on. And I know I'm a Trey Lance guy. I want Trey Lance to be on this team. But at the end of the day, I'm not Jed York. I'm not Shanahan, and I'm not Lynch, okay, or Adam Peters. They're going to make the decision. When they pick, if it's Justin Fields and Trey Lance, I know probably 90% of the fan base is going to be like breathing. They're going to be so happy. But the 10% of people who like Mac Jones, because I see it on the comments, I see it on Twitter, and they really, really try to enforce that on us. You will accept Mac Jones, like it or not. So at the end of the day, if Mac Jones does not work out, if that's the case, it doesn't work out. Yeah. And I've seen this after Steve Young, got hurt, ended his career. I've seen this tape before.
Yeah. You know how this movie ends.
Not being very.
John, we're gonna run out of time though. I can see where you're going with that, but yeah, we're gonna find out, and we've all gotten bitter about it. It's not positive yet. The 49ers are picking up. We don't know who they're picking. Not really. We've heard, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right, Rumble. You're right. Yeah. All right.
We'll see tomorrow. All right.
All right, Rumble. All right, Rumble. All the Niners faithful, everyone. Niners all day.
There he goes. In fact, I got to tell you, I really, man, people got to know, man, this is not something that's, if he picks Jones, he may know what he's doing this time. I know C.J. Beathard.
This
it's
call is being recorded.
Jimmy Bull pointed out, he picked Beathard as a backup. He knew Beathard was going to be backup, and I do remember him saying that too. Hey, Morgan.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you doing?
Morgan, we're sitting here, and as you know, after yesterday's press conference, Kyle kind of went off. I think we all, Morgan, we all know Kyle has a huge ego and believes in what he does. This is kind of frightening because we know that to get a independent thinking quarterback is probably something he's going to want to avoid. And with that in mind, you wonder if Kyle's going to go ahead. He either gets the youngster, and I think that's why they eliminate Fields. Fields is very well established within his own mind as to his capabilities, right? But you've got that big hunk of clay out of Dakota. Trey Lance can be worked. Then you've got the stereotypical style that Shanahan loves and Mac Jones. So it's setting a fear factor. And I think that's where some of the analysts are coming to the conclusions they're coming to, is because of this particular dogma. But you know what, Morgan?
That's a great point, Ronbo. Justin Fields, he has his game. He knows his game. And that's going to be his first instinct to go run. Because that's what he's good at. Trey Lance is young enough to where he can, he can learn how Kyle Shanahan wants him to learn. And then Mac Jones, obviously, is highly efficient. Of course, he can't run, but he's highly efficient with his arm. So, I don't see a bad pick with any of these. I'm not going to be happy with Mac Jones, obviously, but I'm not going to say, the franchise is done, right? None of these guys are going to absolutely bust. It can't happen in this situation. You're going to a good team, a playoff team, with a real good coach and a real good system. You're at least going to be, exactly. You're at least going to be a top 15 guy, right? But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that top 5 guy. We already have that top 15 guy in Jim Garoppolo. So you got to look for the guy you think is going to be the next Patrick Mahomes or the next one of the next top 5 guys. Right? You're not looking for a top 15 guy. You're not looking for Kirk Cousins, basically.
From where we sit. But what is Kyle thinking? I'm going to go get a guy that I know I can control and get him to run things because I know what I'm doing. And if he does what I tell him to do, the sky's the limit. If he does what he wants to do at any given moment, I can't trust that. I got a feeling that's what Kyle does when he thinks.
Yeah, if you think that way, why not just keep Jimmy? Jimmy's highly efficient in your offense. Just keep Jimmy.
They don't want to get caught with a C.J. Nick Mullins situation. This is one of the reasons. No. And they traded up to number 3, not because they did that intentionally. They were trying as early as 8 and couldn't get anybody to say okay. And that's
what makes me worry that it's Mac Jones, that they tried 8 first, and then they kept going, okay, we'll go up. If they started at 2 to 3,
no. And they got all the way to Miami.
I don't think
Miami said, hell yeah.
I don't think Kyle's guy has changed from 8 to 3. I'm sure it's still the same guy.
That's Morgan.
Right?
That's true. I know that's it. And you're not going to get Fields at 8.
No. And you could get Lance at 8, but who knows?
Yes. Yeah.
And there's a possibility you can't get any of those guys at 8 right now.
And that's what he said in the press conference. Yeah, we could have sat at 12, but we wanted to dictate what happens to us. And we did what we had to do. That's why he said people are overreacting from being at number 3 and doing what we did.
Yeah. No, I agree. If you like the pick at 12, you like him at 3. These aren't your picks. These are, right?
Mm-hmm. But we want to do better than that, Morgan, because he is at number 3. So, Kyle, get a number 3 worthy pick is all everybody's asking. Is that Mac Jones? Is it Trey Lance? Is it Justin Fields? Everybody's got their choice. But what is Kyle going to do, Morgan? That's the thing. It scares
Time
me.
will tell. Time will tell. And we're not going to know the answer for at least a year, at the most 2 to 3 years, right? The only way we're going to know is if this guy's this year is if he's absolutely awful going out the gate, and I just don't see that happening. Whoever they pick. being just
Well,
absolutely awful.
Tony addressed the question too, and I'd like to get you. So we got a minute and a half to go. What do you think about Kyle's character after yesterday? Did you see anything that may have given you a feeling to say WTF or Amen?
I
'Cause he-
mean, it was weird, right? But I mean, I think he's still a high character guy. I think Kyle Shanahan is one of the most high character coaches out there, obviously.
I still
But
love him.
he's still our coach. He's a great coach. It was a weird. I think he must have been tired, right? He's had enough, and I think John Lynch should have been in control of that press conference the whole time. I think maybe Kyle Shanahan
Because
should
John
have
can
stayed
remain
home that day.
composed. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're under a lot of
Kyle,
stress,
I
though,
think he
Morgan.
was like, "Oh, I'll do it."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a lot of stress, and the fans don't make it easy, right? Everyone's got their guy, and they're right. You're wrong. Pick the guy
Yeah.
they want.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think most reasonable fans should be like, you know what? I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I
got it
don't do
right.
this for a living,
Yeah.
right? I have a right to my opinion,
Yeah.
but let me trust my coach, the coach of
Mhm.
my team, who's turned this team around. We're not winning 2 out of 3 of the years. We're losing, and that's because
Every
of the quarterback play. But he's absolutely turned this team around. This is not the same team from 2015 to 2016,
God, thank
right
God
after
for that.
Harbaugh left. Yeah,
But we get
this isn't the
teased as
same
to how
team.
good we are until we get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Morgan,
This
we're
team
gonna-
is much better.
Oh, God,
All right, Ronbo.
yes. All right, Morgan. Good to hear from you, man.
All right.
All right.
All right,
You're
man.
working hard.
Hopefully, we're
We'll
still
sit
around
you
by
a chance.
Sunday, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're not leaving until God knows. We're not leaving
Hopefully,
all the rest of
Kyle
the week.
doesn't snap us out of existence or
I
something,
know,
or whatever
Kyle.
he's
Yeah,
planning.
I know, right? But Sunday's not promised anybody. We'll all be dead Sunday. Oh, Kyle. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where he's going with that. That was scary.
All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
We'll talk to you
Have a good
tomorrow.
one.
Night. Hey, Jay.
Yo,
Jay.
hello.
Come on in, man, because like we're
Yo,
here, like
what's up?
Jay, man, we saw Kyle
Yeah.
lose it yesterday, and explained his position. You know what, Kyle? I mean, and Jay, if I was in media,
Yeah, what?
and next time I knew Kyle was sitting up there, I would address John Lynch, because at least John is not gonna make me feel bad about asking him a question. I mean, Kyle was sitting up there. I didn't hear the first part of that question. You know, Kyle was pissed off right there. The dude said, "How's Jimmy G? What's going on with Jimmy G at this point?" And blah 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 blah. And at the end of the question, Kyle says, "You know he's burnt." What was the question again? I think I forgot. But
I don't know.
okay. And he
Is
started
Jimmy
all
gonna
over
be
again.
there? I don't know.
And
I
Kyle
forgot.
went off. I said, "Damn, Kyle, what is the
Yeah.
matter? This is what you do. Don't lose it like that." But I mean, Jay, I said, but what he said, I don't know. Some of the things he said, are you giving him amen, Kyle? Or Kyle, WTF, bruh? Easy. What are you thinking?
WTF probably. I think they're split on their decision, honestly, because John Lynch wants a rookie to sit down and play when he's ready, and Kyle wants a starter, a rookie to start, and I don't think that's good, honestly.
Yeah.
I prefer a rookie to sit down and learn.
Yeah, especially with this team. If we were a 3-14, 13 team last year, yeah, you bring everybody in, we're going to start all over, everybody's going to start over together. But that ain't the case with this team. This team is Super Bowl ready. There's no need in bringing a quarterback in here that ain't Super Bowl ready with them. Because no matter what anybody says, he ain't. He could be a little later on, but not yet. So we don't need to start off 0-5 to start the season.
And the other thing, I do not want Mac Jones, bro, because this man has an all-star team around him. His wide receivers, his O-line, and his running back are all good.
Tremendous.
And yes, so I don't know, man. I don't think he's gonna succeed, honestly.
Okay, who's your choice in this draft, and who would you like to see pulled?
You see, Justin Fields or Trey Lance, honestly, one of those two. I prefer Justin Fields more because he has more experience than Trey Lance. Yeah.
you know the history behind first round quarterbacks. Do you think though? And there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things you need to keep in mind. Intangibles like bad teams usually pick up the first 3 quarterbacks or 4 quarterbacks in the draft every year. But does the speed of the NFL, some of the things you need to adjust to, because we saw Tua last year, which is pretty much, he's not the best example, but we've seen Tua fold due to that, and he's probably going to be better next year. But
probably.
These are the things.
Yeah, he was. Mac Jones was Tua's backup, and Tua's not even good. Like, how is Mac Jones going to be?
We need to give him a minute.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he's mediocre, but what? I think this guy's not. He was Tua's backup, and Tua's not really good right now. So what's they going to say about Mac Jones? Like, what?
I know. What
are you talking about? And Kyle doesn't not have any a good record of picking good quarterbacks, because this man drafted C.J. Beathard or whatever over Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson. Like, what are you talking about?
But Jay, they weren't actually looking for a quarterback that year. This is the first year they've actually seriously looked at a quarterback. That year, we couldn't stop the run to save our lives, like the Cowboys, who better be trying to find a defensive player. They were looking for a solid guy to stop the run, and that's why Solomon Thomas got in that position to begin with, when really there was probably better people to stop the run, because we couldn't get Myles Garrett because Cleveland took him right off the top. So I don't know. This year they really scouted the quarterbacks out. They crunched it. They put it through computer systems probably. So
anything but Zach Wilson or Mac Jones. Definitely not Mac Jones, but not Zach Wilson either, because I don't know what the Jets are gonna pick. That's still a
mystery. They ain't saying nothing either.
Yeah, so
that's how you keep the media off you, though.
Yeah,
look, we're taking Zach. All right, I told you we're taking Zach. I told you again, we're taking Zach.
Well, you think we're taking Zach?
No, this is like.
Oh
the
no,
Jets.
okay.
The Jets are saying this to the media all over the place, and so the media said, "Okay, fine, we get it. You guys are no fun." But the 49ers provide all kind of stuff because we're real secretive. You put Mac Jones in the equation, immediately you have an explosion with the fans and the media. So we're the team.
Which quarterback do you think we're going to take? What do you think?
I really don't think it's Mac Jones. I think it is Trey.
Trey? Yeah. He'll be amazing in his offense. But, he just needs to fix his accuracy, and pretty much that's it.
They said the same thing about Josh Allen. I think Kyle's going to like him for what he does bring to the table and the time he'll have to groom him. But you know what? Justin Fields is pretty much his own man right now. I can't think like Mike. Jay, like Kyle. Mike, Jay, we're gonna go though. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Let me see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow. We'll see you. Bye.
All right, Jay. Have a good night, fam. And there he is. Forget about it. It's not a Mike.
Forget about it, Ronbo. What's going on over here?
Oh, man. Mike.
I'm ready. Are you ready, Ronbo?
I'm so ready.
We're getting within the time. I'm over here. I'm amped up. Can you tell? I picked it up a notch. I'm not asleep, Ronbo.
But, Mike, make sure you address it, man, because Kyle got a little pissed off yesterday, and I'm wondering, did you agree with him getting that way, or are you giving him a WTF?
Look, Ronbo, listen, I hope you got a few extra minutes on the ticker over there, all right?
Mike, we really don't, because we got a lot of people got a comment.
All right, listen, we'll get right to it. We'll get right to it. Listen, I saw the press conference, Ronbo, and I saw it honestly as a whole different point of view, Ronbo, I think, than a lot of other people, all right? And I'm just gonna say it like this. For sitting up there bragging about how they don't want people to know what the hell they're doing and they like it that way, well, I got to tell you, if they're going Mac friggin' Jones, all right, there's not a soul alive that didn't know what the hell they're doing, Ronbo. So that doesn't make any friggin' sense to me, all right? That makes zero sense to me at all. I don't know how many years out there caught that or whatever, but that just completely blows my friggin' mind because that's a horrible job. And also, look, you know, when he said, when we came up, we had 3 quarterbacks. Ronbo, for the friggin' life of me, all right, for every team out there, all the GMs, all the reports for the last 2 years, there was 3 quarterbacks, and only really 3. Really, it was 2. It was always Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. But the Zach Wilson kid, he came into the mix after his great year that he had last year or whatever, you know. So at the end of the day, when they say that they were looking at 3 guys, I think everyone has assumed that guy was Mac Jones, all right, because that was the way it came out, obviously. But if you want to be one of the other 99.9% of friggin' human beings with a friggin' brain, all right, that was looking at this whole thing, you would know that the top 3 friggin' quarterbacks, all right, is Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. And could you enter in the other 2 guys like Kyle said? Yeah. And Kyle has always said, hey, are they considering Mac Jones for the spot? Yeah, they're considering Mac Jones. But to say that was the number 1 guy, forget about it, all right? So I'm going to say this. I think personally we're all going to witness, and once and for all, Ronbo, once and for all, the friggin' stamp is going to come out. And I swear to God, I better not hear another faithful if it happens this way, all right? I could be wrong. I'm not Nostradamus, okay? But if it happens this way, the stamp will be official. The Niners don't leak. John Lynch said that was one of the first things he did before he accepted the job, was to make sure that they weren't going to have the leaks and the bullshit that they had when Harbaugh was there. And since he's taken this job, they haven't leaked jack diddly poo. I don't care who they freaking traded for. I don't care who they've signed. I don't care who they've gotten. No one has known nothing until it happens, period. So I think that this Justin Fields pick would be like an exclamation point, Ronbo, on top of that, all right? I think it would be icing on the cake, you know, and I kind of got that sense a little bit when John said, you know, I would hope that they would have a little trust in us. Well, all right, I get that. That's fair. But at the same time, we are talking about the same people that took Solomon Thomas 3rd overall, all right? So for all the people out there that say, oh, well, you can't question Shanny, and they know way more about – listen, they're freaking humans too, just like every one of us. So I don't want to hear anyone say, oh, they know what they're doing. They know what they're – really, they know what they're doing. Go check on Reuben Foster and see if they know what they're doing. Go see if you could find what freaking grocery store Joe Williams, the running back, is working in right now, all right? Because I'm sure he's bagging groceries somewhere out there because he never played a freaking down in the NFL, and we took him in the 3rd round. So I don't want to hear this, oh, well, they got this great track record, and look at all the draft picks. They've also blown it out of their ass, too, a couple of times. So let's call an ace and a spade, all right, and we'll say it what it is. And you know, I'm just going to say, Ronbo, I'm amped up now. I'm excited, really. I really am, because I thought it was kind of telling. Yeah, you know, you see Shanny over there. Shanny, everyone says he looked irritated and agitated. Well, I mean, he's kind of had to sit and bite his tongue and keep his mouth shut while everyone's basically told him, I don't know what this guy's seeing, and all these other guys, he's not seeing the Justin Fields. They're basically calling him a moron for the past 2 weeks, because everyone comes out with their own, you know, when they go, oh, well, this is the mock draft that I think the Niners are going to pick. They're going to pick Mac Jones. But they should pick Justin Fields. That's about 98% of everyone that covers the league, Ronbo. Everyone that covers the league. And now, listen, I know Kyle's arrogant and everything, but come on. I mean, you think he's that arrogant? I don't know, Ronbo. It's going to be interesting to see. But you know, I'm just going to leave it at that, Ronbo. I really am. Timing, I hope, you know.
All right.
You know what I mean? I hope everyone knows that, you know, it's not always what it seems on the outside, and it's been that way. There wasn't a friggin' person that shooted out the name Brandon Ayuk last year for us as wide receiver. I heard Henry friggin' Ruggs 30,000 times. I heard CeeDee Lamb. I heard everyone else. No one said Brandon Ayuk. All right, Ron. We'll get you on the rest of the week, right? Tomorrow? All right, Ron. I'm going to catch you tomorrow. All the faithful, I love all of you. You have a good one, Ronbo. Forget about it.
All right, Mike. Hey, fam. He was ready, wasn't he? Mike's pumped up. And with that said, this is the perfect follow. It's chill. Eric Salazar. Hey, fam. We have to win the Super Bowl this year. We had to win it last year, Eric. I'm really, my God, that was really ridiculous last year. Pandemic, please go away. Hey, it is chill. Phil. Phil, come on in, man.
I'm here, Ronbo.
I mean,
I'm here.
Mike's got flames. They're gonna put the guys with the fire extinguishers are putting the flames out so you can get in here. All right, but Phil, go ahead. Phil, Kyle, I sensed his frustration yesterday.
First of all, I want to ask you a question.
All right.
How many rookie quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl?
I know we've went through this question, and I don't remember any.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. All right?
Yep.
So I don't think McCorkle is going to be the first.
Yeah.
All right?
I would bet money on that.
And what are you going to do if you're going to trade Jimmy? All these people are saying, "Oh, Jimmy's gone. Jimmy's gone."
By Sunday. They got him gone by
this.
Sunday.
Yeah. If Jimmy's gone, what do you think the locker room's going to do?
I know there's
The
no
locker
faith.
room is pro Jimmy.
Yeah. If for no
They
other reason,
like
it's a
Jimmy.
rookie, too. Oh, Jesus. God.
Exactly.
Coach, are you
You're
serious?
saying you're going to throw my season away? Seriously? And the season ticket holders? As
Ooh.
soon as McCorkle throws a pick six
Oh.
and loses a game,
Oh,
what do you think's going to happen in Levi's Stadium?
PR
What do you
nightmare.
think? I know those fans. I'm there. I'm sorry. They're going to boo the crap out of that kid. And I swear to God, if Kyle thinks he can start a rookie quarterback and win a Super Bowl, he's crazy.
It's not
And
his style,
John
Phil.
knows that.
It's not Kyle's style. I do not. Remember, he brought a guy with him when he first came here. He brought Hoyer. That means this guy does not even begin to entertain that thought. I don't see it.
From the interview, I think he entertained it a little bit, but
Yeah, I still think he was pissed
John
about
was more,
the question.
John's more political.
Yeah, no.
And he was there. He could answer the questions. I think you need to keep Kyle out of them.
I think
But
I was looking for him to get him to put a cape around Kyle like James Brown used to get to calm him down. Kyle, Jesus Christ, remember where we
but I'm
are here.
telling you, if he gets rid of Jimmy early, and we go with the rookie, and we don't win the Super Bowl, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
And I'll give up my season tickets. I can guarantee you that right now.
Because, they're
So-
going to think, and you're right about the players. I worry about the guys on the team. Now, they're saying things like, well, we'll trust the coach. But in their mind, oh, man, this guy's got a lot to learn, and we got to wait on that. And I signed here for another year.
Exactly. These
Hell, I
guys
could have went
sign
somewhere else.
one-year contracts.
Yeah.
A lot of guys sign one-year contracts because they think the Niners can win now.
Yep.
And they can get a ring.
Yeah.
And what happens if you throw that all away? They ain't coming back.
Yeah. It could be a
So-
spiral. He's got to come in and prove himself.
Yeah,
You just can't give him the
It
ball.
could be a spiral.
Yeah.
And I think the Niners need to really think about this.
Phil, I think
But
it's
whoever they pick,
media and fans. I don't see Kyle's mindset being that way. This guy doesn't have that kind of patience. Kyle doesn't
I
even
hope
like
not.
training
I
rookies. I'm
hope
pretty
not.
sure. Yeah.
I hope not. And, treat Jimmy a little better. I mean, is it Jimmy's fault that he got injured along with 90% of the other players on the team?
Yeah.
Come on. They're putting him as a scapegoat.
I think they have
And,
But Phil, do you think they're having a different conversation with Jimmy? Jimmy never says a word. I think
I
they're having a
hope so.
different conversation with Jimmy as to what they're telling the public. I really do. And I think
but
that's
Jimmy's
always been the
never
case.
thrown any player under the bus, or
Never.
the
And
team, or the
he
coach.
should have several times.
He's been a
but he doesn't.
pro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like that about Jimmy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you look at how many
but
times
anyway,
Kendricks drops
I
passes
get
that
a
got
little
him in
mad,
trouble.
and I'm more concerned about rounds 2 through 7
Yeah.
because those are going to make the team far better. But we're all stuck on this quarterback situation.
I know.
So
Thursday it'll finally be done. That's they'll not even. There's other
I'm
things I want to talk
glad.
about, but there's no point. It's still going to gravitate back to the number 1 pick and number 3 pick. So
I hope not after the draft. I hope we just shoot forward towards schedule. What we're doing,
Yeah.
where we're going. Can we make the playoffs? Can we win the Super Bowl? That's what I feel.
Here you go, Phil.
As a season ticket holder, I want to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you
I
and me
don't
both.
care about the draft.
Phil, our clock's
So-
ticked out on us. Let's see you tomorrow.
All right,
We're going to be here
Ronbo.
every day this week. All right, fam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk
Don't
to you
sell
later.
that ticket. I think it's going to be okay. Good night.
All right. Later.
Later, fam. People already offered to buy Phil's ticket anyway. 49ers Ultimate Report. Shout out to Leonard Mike. Words of wisdom. Yes, indeed. Thanks, John. And let's see. CJ. I talked to CJ in a while. Come on in, CJ.
What's up with you, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm just sitting back here watching the smoke. Because that's all we're seeing. But when there's smoke, there's fire. But in the 49ers
Always.
case, maybe not, because 49ers got this smoke rolling every year and throw people for a loop. I did not see Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Ayuk. And this year, it's all about Mac Jones for the most part. Justin Fields has been eliminated from the running, and Trey Lance, innocence, is sitting there, and he's the other guy. So, it's hard to gauge what really is going on. Because like Niner Mike just said, the 49ers don't let diddly squat escape that office they're in. They probably check it for bugs before they walk in, make sure that everybody's vetted that's outside, so in case they're not who they are, it's just crazy. So,
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. They have never let nothing leak.
yeah.
So you're right on that one.
But Kyle Shanahan's sensitivity yesterday was telling. That's why I said, did Kyle tip his hand? Why is he getting so upset about that? Kyle, why don't you remain cool? See, because now people think you're mad because people think you don't like mobile quarterbacks, is from what I took from that. And you're letting everybody know, look, man, guys that are good now could have been good 40 years ago or 40 years forward. So don't tell me that it's about this trend or that trend. And, God damn. So that's why I said, is it an A-man?
Yeah, he was going off.
Is it an A-man or what WTF? What are you thinking?
A little bit of WTF. I mean, I get where he's coming from. He's probably a little stressed over this pick because this is a legacy pick. And if he gets it wrong, there's no more quarterback whisperer for Kyle Shanahan, So it's going to be a tough pick. And, I mean, I have nothing against all 3 quarterbacks. My guy is Trey Lance, obviously. I wouldn't mind having Justin Fields. I'm a little scared about his pocket presence. And when that pocket collapses on him a little bit, he tends to run instead of keeping his eyes downfield. But all in all, Justin Fields is a good quarterback. And, in our system, he would be good. Mac Jones? Yeah. Mac Jones. Yeah, I don't want Mac Jones at all. Absolutely don't want Mac Jones. And I just don't see it. I know he was super accurate in college. Everybody likes to bring that stat up, 77%. I get it. He throws with anticipation, but who also did that in the pros? Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
there's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of games he goes 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, but there's a lot of games he goes 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown because of that anticipation. It also could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
And the pros is a lot faster than college.
Yeah, you see,
Ronbo.
yes, and I'm talking way faster. And now you're playing against the best there is in football, right? So,
Definitely.
This is why
So that anticipation can hurt Mac Jones.
Yeah,
go ahead.
and this is why you Mac Jones, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is starting. You don't put him out on that field. And John alluded toward that yesterday when he's ready. He said that 3 times, when he's ready. That's why I'm pretty sure the 49ers are not seriously thinking about starting a rookie, not with this team. You know, if you're Jacksonville,
Oh my God.
you know, yeah, Trevor Lawrence has got to start. If you're the Jets, yeah, Zach needs to start. If you're the 49ers, nah, don't do this. Because the rest of the guys came in to rock and roll with the guy that knows what he's doing. Even if you don't like how good he is, he still knows what he's doing. You give him a better chance to win. So this is why I'm saying, whoever comes in, I don't know if maybe Jones we don't know enough about. I don't know what there is not to like him just yet. I don't know what to like about any of these guys just yet. I want to see if they can adjust to the pro set.
I also want them to sit behind Jimmy a year. I'm done with Jimmy. I mean, he had his good years, he had his bad years, but our team's not set up for a rookie quarterback to come in and start right away. I mean, we have questions on the offensive line still. Mike McGlinchey's still on that right side. Did he get bigger all of a sudden? Like, yeah, I mean, he's still over there. Alex Mack is old. I mean, he's still great. Don't get me wrong, but we're one injury away from that offensive line to be back where we were last year.
Oh, CJ, don't say this. Oh, my Lord, that's scary.
I'm going to be honest, Ronbo. You know, I got to be honest. And then for the fans that say we're a running team, I haven't seen none of our running backs make it through a whole year yet. So
that's why we always get 5 or 6.
Let's relax on this. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen Debo make it through a whole year? Debo Samuels? You missing time? Kittle's missing time. So
that's what we do.
Let's let Jimmy
that's what this
go in there and be our
does.
puncher back and let the rookie sit behind that. Exactly. And you want to put a rookie behind that?
Oh, man.
Come on, Ronbo. That's just not smart in my opinion. I'd rather just let Jimmy be the puncher bag for a year and let our rookie learn the system so next year we could come. Cause
and hopefully they stay injury-free and nobody's got to take any punches. And let's go to the playoffs. And if we get to the playoffs, I think we can win it because that means we went healthy most of the season, I would guess.
Definitely.
You know?
And that does better for Jimmy G, and it makes his price higher for when we do want to get rid of him, when it is time to get rid of him. If Jimmy G plays good, that only does better for us.
Win-win for everybody, right? So, yeah,
exactly.
We need injuries to stay up off this team. We got to stop setting records on this.
Oh, yeah, we had $85 million on the cap last year. Come on. So,
my God, you can't win no games like that. CJ, we got to go, though.
Definitely not.
We'll be back tomorrow, though.
All right, Ronbo. All right, Niners. Much love to y'all. All right.
I got you, fam. Night. And there she is, the TNT, the pride of TNT. It is Denise.
Hey, Ronbo, how's it going?
Denise, you know how it's going. Everybody's sitting on pins and needles, but not like Kyle is. My God. Kyle is just, he's like that kind of guy that, you know, you see, maybe your friends, maybe not somebody you know, but you go over to your friend's house and you're sitting there and, as a kid, and your father walks in. Hey, what are you guys doing sitting on the sofa with us clothes on like that? Get those dirty pants off my sofa. You know, I mean, you know, Kyle is like, he was wound up pretty tight yesterday. I was kind of blown away by that. I've never seen that part of Kyle. And Denise, that's your guy. You might be able to explain more. Did you give an amen to Kyle's reaction? Or was that a WTF moment for you as well?
No, I have a little quick statement for two people in the chat. JT Colon and Mr. Terrible. You might want to mute your phone right now because it's Denise. And by the way, stop talking about my sex life in the chat. Your problem is you probably are a little small down there. You can't handle a woman like me. My husband can. So shut your mouth and keep my name out of your mouth.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Guys, we don't tolerate no picking at women. If I catch that, I'm bouncing you. All right? Give those guys a timeout. Denise can make that up. Give them a timeout. You guys get one timeout, and the next time you're out. Don't. We like women in here,
you know,
and you're not going to scare them
I'm fine
away.
if you don't like what I have to say, but that's just rude, and I'm tired of it. And they do it every time I call in, every time.
Yeah, they're being dealt with now. Okay, Denise. Okay, with that said, let's get back to football, and we're gonna.
Sorry.
No,
and by the way,
you have a right.
Kyle Shanahan.
Ladies, always let me know when that happens. Okay, go ahead.
And Kyle Shanahan lost a lot of respect where I'm concerned. A lot. I am definitely on the WTF bandwagon. First of all, Kyle acted like a child. Like, you know what? You're a coach. I'm sorry. You know what literally picture I came up with when Kyle Shanahan was talking? I felt like the curtain got drew back from the Wizard of Oz. And he was like, I am the great and powerful Oz. How dare you question the great Kyle Shanahan? I was just like, first of all, Kyle, your fans have every right to question you. So you need to just shut the F up because you have made terrible picks. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Exactly what Niner Mike said. Let's call a spade a spade. You have made some bad picks. So you have no right to get on your little soapbox and act like, how dare us fans question the great Kyle Shanahan? Boy, you better sit your ass down and shut up. Oh, yeah.
God.
I was not impressed, happy, or anything. And you know what? Shout out to Big Show because, like Niner Mike said, if it's not Mac Jones, I will be floored. I'll be floored. If it's not Mac Jones, I will be floored. Because that whole press conference screamed Mac Jones. Screamed it.
Yeah.
Screamed. The only thing that Kyle Shanahan said that made me think it might not be Mac Jones was the fact that Kyle Shanahan said, I want a Drew Brees, Lamar Jackson. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you're looking for, I got news for you, big boy. That ain't Mac Jones. I literally feel like cocky, or like Shanahan is a cocky son of a blank, and he wants to be the superstar. I totally believe, like I said, shout out to Big Show because you know what? I ain't got nothing to say because that's how I feel. I feel like he wants a joystick. He wants everyone to be like, oh, Kyle Shanahan, he's the man. He's the man. He's the best thing since sliced bread. I think Kyle's a good coach. I think Kyle's a good offensive play caller, but I think Kyle needs to leave the GM job to John and not him.
Or at least the press conferences, if Kyle is going to lose it like that, go ahead and just sit this one out and let John handle that.
Like, he literally acted like a child. Like, people are saying, oh, he has a right to act that way. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry. Like, Kyle, let's be honest. Like, you passed on Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not saying that all of us were like, everyone knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be who he is. That's not what I'm saying. But Deshaun Watson was graded pretty highly, and you passed on both of them. And not only did you pass on them, but your GM came to you and said, oh, my God, I watched this Patrick Mahomes kid. He's pretty flippin' special. I think you should go watch him. And Kyle blew him off. And didn't even go look at him. So Kyle deserves to be questioned. And the other thing is, what people need to realize, all these Mac Jones truthers, like, I get it. Mac Jones is probably the pick. Like I said, shout out to Big Show. He's probably 100% correct. But the league is changing. Do you know that every quarterback under the age of 38 is a mobile quarterback in the league, or considered somewhat mobile? 38, Ronbo.
That's
under the age of 38.
Yeah, it's shifting
So,
league
I mean,
for sure. Denise, we're going to run out of time though.
Sorry.
And Denise loves Kyle, so there you have it. Denise, I mean, you know, you're if anything, you are definitely honest and came straight forward with that. So Denise, let us see tomorrow. I'm gonna deal with you guys in the chat. Guys, I've warned you. I'm telling you, cut it out. Denise, let's see you tomorrow, okay?
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, Denise. You'll be okay. All right. Night. All right. Let me mention again, guys. I like women not being afraid to come in here. God, I'm serious. Knock it off. We're not. This is one of the things I do not. Politics and taking shots at women will not be tolerated. Stop. All right. Paul Third says, I think Kyle wanted Wilson. 49ers were told Jets weren't trading Darnold and moved up. Kyle's flustered because he knows he is getting a consolation. Paul, you know what? Hey, that could be true. Could it? I wonder if anybody will ever tell us the truth. Did Kyle actually want Wilson in the first place? Maybe. All right. Oh, God. And, of course, comedy relief time. It's Rudy. 2020, Niner O-line got 2 QBs hurt. Shout out to Fredo Mike. That's so ridiculous. All right. Oh, God. All right. Anyway, hey, Bill.
Hello?
Bill.
How's it going?
Bill, it's a little different this year than usual. Now everybody's mad. You got Kyle's mad. A large percentage of the fan base is mad. Bill, are you mad? Because Kyle yesterday put on a mad that I've never seen from him. Did you agree with what he said and gave him an amen, or did you say, Jesus, Kyle, WTF?
I kind of like how he puts the curiosity in it. You can't really get mad about it. You put a mysterious thing out there. You know, we can't call it till draft day. All I gotta say is if he gets Mac Jones, man, I'm kind of feeling sorry for him. You're talking about he won't be terminated, but if he don't get a Super
Get rid
Bowl,
of 420 Savage. I've had enough of that. 420 Savage, jerk. Yeah, go ahead.
So, you know, this could be his. This ain't. You know, when they say it's defining his career, it's defining. You know, if we get rid of Jimmy or Jimmy's gone, or we're gonna be stuck with Jimmy. I mean, if he gets Mac Jones, the best choice is to keep Jimmy in case Mac Jones don't work out.
Yeah, Bill, are you on speaker? Because you sound distant.
No, I'm not on speaker. I just got a little. Hold on a second. Give me a minute. I'm in echo area. Hold on, let me get out of
Oh,
here.
yeah, good, thanks.
So yeah, it's one of those situations that I don't know. I mean, I've caught some of it. I mean, you tell me. I mean,
I can't. Bill, you know what? The thing is, the 49ers have not said what they're going to do. And Kyle's actually answered the same question on each and every press conference, and he lost it yesterday. And that's the first time I see him lose it. So, you know, I just wonder, why is he stressed out? Is it because they question his ability to pick players, or I'm not sure what that was about. But, you know, it could be that was the tipping toward, yeah, maybe it is Mac. And a lot of people don't appreciate that. I don't really know what to think about that. Because if he's picking Mac, maybe he's got a reason. Or he's the control freak that we think he is. I don't know. Because, hey, Bill, one thing about about Kyle, you need to do as you're told because Kyle has this all figured out. In his mind, we're going to win. You can go off schedule, but you need to go off schedule within the dynamics of this offense. If you're out there running around and you miss the receiver, I'm going to be mad. I think Kyle worries about that since RG3 and his dad, RG3, and him, that Washington situation, Bill, I think they let the bad taste in his mouth forever.
I really think that we have nothing to worry about on draft day. I think he might go Trey Lance, and if he goes Fields, man, I'm worried about his, epilepsy and all that, and I'm kind of a little worried about, on himself. Hopefully it does pan out. All we can do is sit and watch and see how the, cards play and how things go. I mean, that's the only thing.
Bill, hold on a second. Give Jackson Needy some time out as well. All right, go ahead, Bill.
Hold on just a moment. Give me just a second. All right, I'm going to get off here. And okay, give me a second. I think I know what the problem is. Is this better?
A little, yeah. The loud echoing is, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, let me get off Bluetooth and go to the phone. I'm kind of. Hold on, just a second. Turn my Bluetooth off.
Ah, Jesus. Some of you guys are totally out of line. Jesus Christ.
Is this better, Ronbo?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you clearly now.
All right. All right. Like I said, I just wait for draft day. I hope they get Trey Lance. I want them to get Trey Lance. I mean, you can keep Jimmy for his 2-year contract and develop the kid. I mean, remember, if we get a quarterback, we're not wanting to start him right away. We got to still train him. And the kid that really didn't have much starts would make sense would be Trey Lance because, first off, he can't demand a high contract because he don't have a lot of play time, and keep the salary to a minimum on that, even though you get him in the first round. But who's to say he's even getting a quarterback?
Bill, you know what? If Kyle does not if they don't get a quarterback, all hell is going to break loose. I mean, I want Kyle Pitts. I want Jamar Chase. I want Quiddy Pay, but you can't get these guys at number 3. Bill, that's a whole nother can of worms, man.
I mean, we expected a quarterback on draft day, and what if it comes out and announces a different player? They'll be like, what? We're expecting a quarterback, and it's not a QB.
See that? Man, this jokes have been made around. Some analysts are always making that joke, too. Who says it has to be a quarterback? And then they go on to explain and give details as to how they're going to go about doing it. I said, man, wow, that would be rough.
Who was that running back you wanted out of Alabama? Who was that quarterback you wanted out? I mean, the running back you wanted out of Alabama.
That's Najee. But you don't get a running back in the first round, even if it is Najee. I wish they'd pick up Najee at number 2. We need corner people, though, Bill. We're in a rock and a hard place situation. But we're gonna run out of.
It could be a corner.
Yeah.
It could be a running back. It could be a quarterback. We're all expecting him to get a quarterback, but then he can spin it and do something else. So really, I don't even know until draft day. That's all I got to say. We'll have to base our opinions after. But I want one more thing. I want a 49er shout out. Head up, getting off. Get Trey Lance, dude. That's all I got to say. You wait.
Right.
Go ahead.
You ready for that? Shania, you there? Here we come. Bill, it's that. Have a good night, Phil.
Hey, when are you coming back on?
Tomorrow. We went on every day this week. It's draft time.
Okay.
All right, Bill. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye.
All right, Bill. And it's. Oh wait. Rudy's. Rams reloaded and Stafford is ready to roll. That's Rudy. He's the only guy in there with an LA logo. Kyle's idiot moves up to get Jets leftovers. Okay, I know. I won't. That's my last read for Rudy. You guys, I'm gonna leave his messages up there. You can read them. Rudy's feeling himself tonight. Hey, Norm.
It's Niners all day.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to see y'all. I was ready. I was ready to come see you on Monday, but obviously I didn't have time for that.
No, I didn't make it Monday either. Fell into some situations where I couldn't get out of. But Norm, we ain't leaving the rest of the week, though. So, Norm, boy, I tell you, Norm, you saw Kyle yesterday, right? That's as mad as I've ever seen Kyle. I didn't know when he said, you know what? I forgot the question. Because at that point, you knew Kyle was mad. Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't even know if anybody's going to even be alive Sunday. Damn, Kyle. It's like that.
That was probably, and everybody is upset about that one. I think that's the one that everybody's upset about because, it's the question that's been going around for the last 3 months. Is Jimmy going to stay? Is Jimmy going to go? Is he going to stay? And that's been the main topip.
Every press conference. Every press conference, you got to ask it again.
Now, here's my thing, right? Okay, if I'm where I work at, I get pressure with a lot of stuff sometimes, but I got to hold my composure. You feel me? I got to be able to have mannerisms and talk to and be able to communicate with people in a proper manner while doing my job, stand up for myself. And sometimes, human as a person, you be so irritated about stuff. You be like, man, and people get offended by that. It's like you gotta be very careful about how you address certain situations and address the
Gotta
issues
apply,
at hand,
gotta
the
apply
stuff that you
eloquence.
got hired, the things that you were hired to take care of. You feel me? I ain't knocking Cal as a coach. We know about the X's and O's, but you can't just X out your O's every time somebody comes with a game plan. It's like it's like you got the professionalism is one of the things that is highly criticized in this profession. You feel me?
Yeah. And Kyle lost it yesterday. And in fact, Kyle probably won't be it anymore. He's probably gonna go ahead and let John handle it. John, I'm not going out there today. Well, Kyle, you know what? I really appreciate that decision too. Okay, you sit right there, buddy, and I'll handle this.
Well, here's
because they have to pull me off of somebody. I can see Kyle now. Kyle.
so
Oh.
I had to share my takes on Facebook though. You feel me? And because it's really hard to really talk about it. So I had I basically scripted out this one here. For me, my take on it is they're looking for a starter quarterback, one who can start right away if necessary. And history has proven that having two starting quarterbacks on your roster is better than having one. Now, I was watching earlier about the 2015 Denver Broncos. Remember when they came out to Levi Stadium? And while Peyton Manning's foot was jacked up, and they had Brock Osweiler out there against the Patriots. They still won that game with them, even though they went 4-4 after that. Or they lost 4. What was it, like 4 of their last 7 after that? But he was still able to keep them balanced enough to keep them in the playoffs. So when Peyton came back, they was able to do their thing. So that's history proving that having two, and plus us last year when we only had one, it went ugly for us fast. They have 5 prospects on their top priority list. And moving up to number 3, increase your chance of getting that guy. Yep. Do we know if all 5 are quarterbacks? No. Do we know if all 5 are on the list of quarterbacks that we know? No. I don't even know, so I can't even talk about that one. But I feel like they have paid attention to what we talking about, all these things that we discussed, the opinions, and John Lynch made it a point to where he appreciated our expertise and perspectives for the future of the franchise. Like we're a fan base. We're not just talking like, oh, we're team's good. Woo. We really smart. Like we're really tech savvy about how we pay attention to these things. And that's why we're faithful. We're faithful based on the information that we acquire. We're real geniuses when it comes to knowing this football thing. And I appreciate us for that. Even though the anxiety within the fan base is not their concern or reasoning for their selection, which that's not fair to the fans who are not as confident enough and to understand that.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. They have not said they'll keep Jimmy G on this roster after the draft, but they haven't said anything about him being traded or cut, which means only as much as each fan's outlook on the current quarterback situation. It's okay to keep the league guessing.
Well, they've already said they'll take a first-round pick. I don't know if anybody's throwing a first-round pick up there. The writers are already saying, I think the 49ers come down off that price. So it's all speculation. John and Kyle
all speculation.
Y'all don't know what you're talking about. We're in charge, all right? You guys are just analysts and writers, and we're running the 49ers. So
even he said that he doesn't know who's the guy that they're gonna select on. They don't have a particular name. So and that's why they're still deciding.
Yeah.
Who's the guy they're going to get?
I think they made up their mind a long time ago.
I think it is because you got a list, right? Let's say I have a list. Let's say one of those guys, the guy on the top list, gets picked before I get there, which is why moving up to 3 really increase your chances of avoiding that. Like if I'm at 12, there's a lot of teams that's going to really simmer down on that list. But if I'm at 3, it's only going to hurt so much.
That's true. All right. Norm, as usual, man, always good stuff. I see them all, okay?
Right. I just have one more thing to say, man. Nobody knows who's going to be the number 3 pick. I don't care who at ESPN, CSNBC, PBS, Oprah Winfrey Network, VH1 says anything about this Genjitsu. Niners fans, release yourselves from that Genjitsu. Sit back and enjoy this good problem the 49ers have put themselves in. Until then, stay faithful, my friends, and it's Niners all day.
There it is. Night, Norm.
Yes, sir.
And Stefan Music says, keep hearing Mac had stars around him, and that's why he won in college. What do you think will surround him in San Francisco? Not losers. Relax, y'all. I know, I've entertained that thought. I said, okay, he had an all-star cast at Bama, but, he's not coming to play with a bunch of scrubs. Anyway, we're not a 3-13 team. We're not a 6-10 team either, like we were last year. It was due to circumstances. Hey, Jamie, come on in here and tell us how you feel about our coach getting a little bothered yesterday. Was it a WTF moment for you, or did you give an amen for telling them suckers what they needed to hear? I don't know.
No.
I was kind of shocked. I didn't know what to think. I never seen Kyle like that.
Yeah, I'm not too shocked about it. It seemed like they had a difference of opinion. And I'll tell you who Mac Jones is going to come in and play with. He's going to come in and play with McGlinchey.
You think Mac Jones is the pick too, huh?
No, he's going to get a rude awakening when he comes and gets behind McGlinchey.
Bam! Oh, welcome to the NFL.
Oh.
Hey, Mac, you okay?
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can definitely see it coming if he watches the tape from last year.
You know something, though, JB? Do we get on Mac? Mac goes for 4 quarters, and you may see that happen once, maybe twice. There's 4 quarters of football out there. I think we really give him a hard time about his screw-ups, and rightfully so. But,
yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I think we may be overrating his mess-ups. He generally does a good job.
I just wish his feet were a little faster because he gets
too.
beat with speed every time.
And his footwork is not the best in the world anyway, and I blame the coaches to some degree for that, too. What do they work on every day?
But if he had a better guard on the inside, he wouldn't have to worry about that side, and he would be able to get to the outside better. So he had McKivitz with him on the inside last year, and he was kind of worrying about what's going on next to him.
Probably.
He didn't want to get beat on both sides. So you got to give him a little bit of break on that.
Continuity is important on offensive line too, Jamie. It's really important. Those guys have to move like a basketball team. They've got to all be moving in sync. They've all got to know what the other's going to do. It's really important. So we had like 3 guys shifting last year. Brunskill playing center. That was really bad. He's not a center. He's a great guard and tackle, but don't make him play center.
That was horrible. We had a rookie at guard. We had our second-year guy playing his 3rd position that year. No, that was bad.
Even William T-Will wasn't as good as he can be. I mean, the guy's been out forever. He was good, but that wasn't good for T-Will. So, there's a lot of things wrong with the offensive line next year that should be corrected this year.
I'm not overreacting on Shanahan.
But go ahead.
Shanahan kind of did that a little bit last year when we would drop a game or something like.
Yeah,
that's in character for him,
That's true.
Yeah, but I seen it as they had a difference of opinion. Like, so Lynch is over there saying we need to bring a guy in, but we need to have him sit on the bench,
They said, well,
and then
when
Kyle
he's ready.
comes right around them.
When he's ready,
yeah, when he's ready. And they did say that they're drafting a quarterback at 3. They said that.
Yeah, several times.
So
they can't lie
whoever's
about
saying that they don't know who they're picking, they just need to stop that.
It's definitely a quarterback.
Yeah, it's going to be a quarterback. They said that in the thing.
No matter how much I want Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase, there's still going to be a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. We can all want that all day. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
But Shanahan, the very next question, he says, I'm looking for a starter. I'm like, what? He just said he wants him to sit. They're like, one question ago.
Because I think he means we're not bringing in any more backups. Because CJ was a backup when they brought him in. We're going to be ready. If Jimmy goes down, we're going to be ready. We weren't ready for the last 2 years.
I was thinking about that too. They want a backup that's a starter.
Quality
in talent. Quality.
Because Jimmy's leaving in 2 years no matter what. We can't afford to pay any more big salaries. So he's got to be a starter, and we got to get him ready now.
Yeah. So one more thing.
Go ahead. Jamie?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he did a mock.
Yeah. Wait. Who did a mock?
Grant Cohn.
Oh yeah. Was it, well, what? It pissed people off. I saw people complaining about Grant's mock. Well, who did he pick at number 3?
Yeah. No, take Mac Jones. So I went through the whole thing, and at the end, I was just dogging him the whole time. And at the very end, I said F's across the board, and he called me out. And I didn't give him any money or nothing. He says, I guess Jamie didn't like my mock. Yeah.
That's what I'm starting to like.
Terrible.
I've always liked Grant, but I'm starting to like him more this year because Grant has waffled back and forth in strange directions. Suddenly, Mac Jones, I would have never had him picking Mac Jones. Jimmy, we're going to run out of time. Thanks for sharing that, though. I got to.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Grant. All right, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Lee.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Lee, you know, man, we're trying to figure out why Kyle was so defensive yesterday, like I've never seen him before. And I hope nobody asked him that question. You know what? Kyle's not doing any more press conferences till after the draft. And he may not even show up for that if he doesn't pick Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Because if Kyle shows up after picking up Mac Jones, you're going to see people have to contain Kyle. I can just see it now. What do you want from me? Listen, I do the best I can. If you guys don't like it, then you come in and apply for this job. You know, I look for that to happen next, you know. Kyle, chill, brah. Because, you know, he's under a lot of stress, Lee. I see him folding a little bit under the pressure. I didn't think I'd ever see that day. But, I mean, was it a WTF moment for you? Or? Huh?
Just looking at him, he looks stressed out, you know. And,
didn't he?
But that's the thing. I think that's why people worried it's Mac Jones too, is because he got all defensive about it when those questions started coming up about Mac Jones, you know. And that's the thing. Like, why do you have to be defensive about it if it isn't true, you know? And that's why probably fans are worried that it's Mac Jones. Me, myself, Ronbo, like, you know, I prefer Justin Fields. He's the most talented guy. If you go do your research, you go watch games, you can see it. It like pours off the film. Like, you ask, like, majority of scouts, majority of like smart Niner fans, go look at guys from over at the Niner. They do the podcast forwarders like Javier Vegan. All of them, they're all saying Fields, Ronbo. You know, they have been from the very beginning. Like, it's not just me. Like, Niner Mike will tell you, you know. Shout out to Niner Mike and Denise tonight. I like their cause. I like they keep it real, Ronbo. You know, they don't hold nothing back. You know, I'd rather be a lone wolf than a sheep. You know, and I told you, Ronbo, like, Mac Jones, he can play. You know, he could definitely play. But the problem with that pick is that people don't feel like he's worth, you know, 4 picks. They don't feel like he has that talent to put us over the top, like, to get us to where, you know, he's a top 5 quarterback. He might be a middle of the road, above average, maybe a top 10. Maybe Kyle can get him close, you know, maybe 8, 9, but like they just don't see like a Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. You know, they don't see a guy that can put the team on his back and carry them to wins. He's more of a guy that can, you know, sit in the pocket, play good from the pocket and game manage, you know, maybe slightly better than Jimmy if he's given time to actually get there. But the problem is, like, when people see guys like Trey Lance and Justin Fields, they see guys that can be top 5 elite guys in the league, Ronbo. You know, they've got the natural talent. And if it's coached well and they progress, that's why people want these guys. It's obvious. So remember when the first trade was made, Ronbo, and I've been telling you for years and years, the thing that I hate about Kyle is the way he evaluates talent and the way he picks players. Like, because I'm not a coach, Ronbo. I've never coached American football. I've never missed on a first round in the last 4 years, ever since he's been here. We're 2 from 6. You might say 3 from 6, but that's first rounders. You shouldn't miss on first rounders. Okay, maybe one every 3 drafts, maybe 1 every 4 drafts, but when you're missing that often, you're doing something wrong. You know, Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, that was 2 in the first year. Let's be real here. That's why I liked what Denise said tonight, Ronbo. She kept it real. And I've been saying this to you for years.
Yeah, for the first year, though, Lee, have you still hold him responsible for that first year? I'm sort of excusing him for that because that was their first year, and they really did blow it.
Well,
but it seems they've gotten better.
What I
But
hate
go ahead.
about that, Ronbo, is they didn't do their homework. John Lynch went to Mahomes' pro day, and he comes back to Kyle, and he's like, "Oh man, he's really good," And Kyle's like, "Oh no, let's just stick to the plan." Like Kyle didn't even go out of his way to look at these quarterbacks, Ronbo. You know what I mean?
I know.
He didn't do his due diligence. You know, Ronbo, at least go out and look at these guys. Like if he had it gone, we might have Mahomes and Deshaun Watson sitting in the building, instead of Solomon Thomas, because he's not even in the building. He's over in Oakland, picking his nose. Let's be real here. That's what worries me. When we first made the trade on, I said to you, I want Fields, but I could see Kyle taking a Mac Jones. I could see it, and some people think it's Trey Lance. But I just feel like the problem with Trey Lance is I feel like a lot of people were sitting there going, oh, yeah, he can develop into this. It's all potential. You know what I mean? And like, Kyle's sort of putting it out there that he's over Jimmy. Like he's saying like he's running Jim, putting him under the bus, Ron, bro. Did you hear what he was saying in the presser? You don't say that to someone you're trying to keep. You know what I mean? So everyone's expecting a trade now.
Again, you don't tell people what you're doing. I don't think Kyle was attempting to tell anybody what he was doing, though. I still don't think that. He said what he said. Mainly, it seems to me, Kyle gets that question every press conference. He lost it right from the beginning of that question. He says, I forgot the question. What was it again? And I've never seen him do that either. Kyle, you forgot the entire question? Or are you giving yourself time to think or call out? So, because I think they're having a separate conversation with Jimmy.
Twice, if you go back and watch not just the presser the other day, but the very first one, he actually slipped up twice and he said the same thing, and that was they were looking for a starter. And Norm was right. If you go watch, I think it's 2 minutes into the very first presser, he goes, we're out to get a starting quarterback. And then he goes, I mean a rookie quarterback. Like he slipped up and he did it exactly. He did the same thing. Oh, well, this time, he said straight from the gun, we're getting for a starter. But if you go back to the first one, he slipped up and said it in the first presser. So when it seems starter to me,
Lee, but do
could
you
be
really
Mac
think
Jones, it could be Justin Fields.
You really think Kyle's going to go into the season and start one of the rookies? Kyle's personality doesn't dictate that kind of behavior. I maybe, but it just doesn't seem like he's going to be that kind of patient. We're not talking about a guy that puts up with a lot of error, and a rookie's got to make him, Lee. He can't come in there.
I think common sense tells you to keep Jimmy and let him battle it out, remember, and you start the best quarterback, right? But a lot of people are going to say if you get a good deal, they're going to say,
they already said they would too.
Too good to be
if
true.
It's a first-round pick. Yeah. So, anyway, Lee, we're going to find out. We're down to the last couple of days, finally, because I don't know how much more we can take of this.
Yeah, exactly. So nobody knows. Like I never claim to know. I just go for what I feel like is the best talent, Ronbo, and whoever we pick, man, they come into a good situation.
Yeah. There's one thing, Lee, one thing
shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah. All right. We'll see you. We'll see you actually tomorrow. Yeah. All right, Lee. Have a good night. Big Lee. Listen, 420 Savage, man, I'm telling you, you and the husband of Denise, why don't you guys cut it out, man? I'm going to see one more thing. God, Jesus Christ, dude. Your mama didn't raise you right. Cut it out. I'm serious. Keep an eye on 420 Savage. 420 Savage on his second time out. I thought we got rid of him once. Savage, dude, you want to stay here and hang out and have fun? Have fun. Leave Denise alone. Leave Denise alone. I'm serious, guys. Cut it out. All right. Smash, Dash, and Crash says it's always a 49ers life. And 49ers Lifer fans talking trash. Seahawks and Rams. At least Zona fans know better. Zona, thank you for that contribution. Everybody gets to have their say as long as it's civil. I don't agree, but yes. Hey, Papa Dragon!
What's up?
Papa Dragon, man.
What's going on?
Hey, we're having fun today, man, because, trying to relax. Kyle is like... A reason I thought Kyle might have tipped his hand yesterday is because that emotional response to... I don't know. I forgot the question already. and then, as a dude tried to
wait a second.
repeat the question...
Hold on. Wait a second. I got to make sure. I'm just making sure I'm going to be alive by Sunday. Making sure I'm going to be alive. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Kyle said I'm good.
Kyle,
I'm
you know,
still on the
and then he
team.
finally would answer the question. I said, Kyle, man, okay, Kyle, if you don't want people picking Mac Jones, just be cool and calm about it. Just say good things about Jones if you like him, and they say good things about the rest of the guys, and keep that stealth thing going. Don't get upset. And talk about who'd be good now and who would have been good 40 years ago and who would be good 40 years from now. You know, just that tells people you're not happy with the question. So you know, but
Well,
what do you make of that? Because you've been around this. Well, these guys up
yeah.
close and personal. What are you thinking?
Oh yeah. It's kind of like right in front of you. Basically, you got Kyle's in one corner and Lynch is in the other corner,
and the rest of the office too, from what I heard.
So right now, the spoiled brat. First and foremost, you are what your record is, and right now,
I know, right?
Kyle is a loser, and he's acting like one. Winners don't act like that. They don't. So the problem right now is that Lynch is the politician, and he's the chess player of the two when it comes to dealing with people. He has to deal with Kyle Shanahan. The other dynamic of this triangle that's not there is Jed. Okay, Jed's not a leader. Kyle Shanahan's not a leader. Kyle Shanahan's an offensive coordinator whose dad gives him a lot of input. I mean, why is his dad looking at the 49ers practices on the iPad? Point being that he's part of the coaching staff unofficially.
Yeah.
In fact,
he's got an office too in the building.
There was an interview this week with someone who was trying to contact Mike Shanahan. He called Mike Shanahan, left a message or something. Shanahan called him back, and the caller ID basically said something like Santa Clara Complex or Plaza. So he's actually got a number to call from there. So he's actually at Santa Clara to call the guy back. So the reality is that Kyle Shanahan is going to take a minute to get the monkey off his back, but I don't know if he's got a minute. Because the problem I see is that your entire scouting staff and John Lynch, they want the better pick. The better pick is Lance. Both guys have played 17 games, right? Now, if you're supposed to be a coach and you're supposed to be one of the best coaches, don't you want to have the best materials to build your quarterback? If you look at the signing of McGlinchey, that tells me that you're not trying to get better. That tells me that you think everything's hunky-dory. And that also tells me that you think off the bat that he's had a tantrum about Garoppolo. And I understand why he has the tantrum. I do. Because it's more than football with Garoppolo. It is.
Mm-hmm.
So check out, Colin Cowherd. He talked about it today. Okay. Now, that being said, you got a dynamic of egos going on right here. You got two lions battling. But Lynch don't battle that way. He battles the smart way. Because he's been around more people, more executives and stuff like that. He just does it differently. He's calling the reporters by their first names. Kyle doesn't know any of them, doesn't want to know any of them. Right?
See?
So
he really does not appreciate those guys sitting out there asking questions.
Exactly. Now, if you think that the Yorks are leaders, they're not. No. They just aren't. No. They aren't. So
they just got thrown in that position.
Right. Now, Lynch is basically saying, hey, look, this is Kyle's pick. So what Lynch has done, say, you know what? You want it, big fella? You got it. But now you're going to have to win with it. And I'm telling you from a former player right now, any other draft in the world, Mac Jones would be a second, third, or fourth rounder. He's only got 17 games. He can throw the ball about 50 yards. So if you take a 7-step drop, that means you can throw the ball 43 yards, which means that you haven't fixed the problem that you currently have. That is, defensive backs come up around the line of scrimmage, trying to cloud up the middle for San Francisco. Now, he can throw the out just fine, but for him to throw deep, he's got to step into it. Now, based on the average second count, and yes, I went back and looked at a bunch of Mac Jones tape, and I always count how many seconds you have in the pocket. On average, the kid has about 3.5 seconds in the pocket this past year when he threw all those touchdowns.
Yeah, you don't get that in the NFL.
You're not going to get that in the pro. That's what I'm saying. So, and then number two, what concerns me about him is that he's also small and he's out of shape. Will he last through an entire season?
Wait,
That's why I
Mac,
keep coming.
did you say?
Go ahead.
Did you say Mac Jones is small?
Mac Jones is about 215 pounds of fat.
Yeah.
That's like.
Is that all he weighs?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
He's
no,
about
yeah.
215 pounds. He's big in the midsection. He's big in the hips. Okay, that's diet. That's diet. But see, that's fixable. It is fixable. He can even get his arms stronger. Do some push-ups, do some pull-ups, get a shake weight, do something.
Yeah.
Just don't sit back and act like you're all that, because that's what he's doing. I also think he has maturity issues. Now, that being said, he is a hell of a reader of football. He's a student in the game. He knows defense, quick release, a lot of things to love about the kid. I just don't think he's an NFL starter at this point. Kyle thinks he can make anybody a starter, but you're not going to get. But I don't think he's better than Garoppolo. But I'm just saying that Kyle is fed up and pissed with Garoppolo.
Yeah,
that
could be the case.
came out.
And the thing is, Pop, I think for sure, I really don't. Mac Jones is probably, because it looks obvious, anything that looks obvious with the 49ers, they never pick it, except for Bosa.
Oh, no.
And that wasn't
not,
obvious either. It's
not over yet. You don't throw a tantrum if it's over. He threw a tantrum
right?
because,
but I think that was more to do with the fact.
Lynch didn't back him up. But Lynch didn't back him up, did he?
No, but you didn't interrupt because Kyle was on a roll. But Pop, we got to go. Let's continue this tomorrow and see what happens.
Oh, yeah,
we may see
will.
another pressure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Phil. Pop broke his system. He's still doing it. I can hear it in the distance. Bob! Okay, Bob. That was especially awesome. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I was trying to go for the morning tea length.
You did it.
All right, brother.
Night, Bob.
All right, Niner Nation. I know Spaba.
We go to Santana.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Santana, man. We just I just thought yesterday I was watching that conference with the John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. I just says Kyle's not handling that question as nicely as he could have. Did Kyle just tell everybody, look, I know what I'm doing. If I want Mac Jones, I'll take Mac Jones, and I don't need to hear about what this guy can do, what this guy can do, what that guy can do, and I'm not following any trends. I'll do what I think is best for my team, is basically what it came down to, right? So I was thinking, did you think that Kyle was well within his rights to talk like that? Or did you think Kyle...
Bro.
Yeah. What'd you think of that?
Hey, man, I got some Mac Jones vibes from that guy. The way he came out, I think it all started when they asked him, what do you think of Mac Jones or something like that. It was a question. They asked him directly about, why do you like Mac Jones? And I think from there on, that's when it really started. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like, I don't know why, Ronbo, but I feel like that's his guy. And, and I was just thinking, like, and like the other caller said, like John Lynch wasn't really backing him up on some things he was saying, and so that just kind of makes me wonder if there is a disagreement between both of them on the quarterback. And so, all I hope and the beginning of the what's up,
Santana, but you know what? It's like somebody said in the chat. Kyle is calling the shots. John is just there as his GM, but the number one guy in that office is Kyle.
Yeah, but did you notice that John Lynch kind of threw a little saying that the draft is his?
Well, he's still got to play the role, but yeah.
No, I mean, Ronbo,
Alexa,
come on, man. Like,
turn off the living room light.
As a GM, man, you gotta, as a GM, John Lynch, man, he's thinking about the future and he's trying to get the best players available. You know what I'm saying? It's all great that, Mac Jones, I guess, fits his scheme and stuff like that. I get it. But you as a coach, man, you got to work with whatever the GM gets you, And the reason I say this is like, look, Ronbo, like John, you got to think about it this way. Jed York and John Lynch. You got to think about the franchise. You can't think about the coach. You know what I'm saying? I guess Mac Jones is his favorite because he's intelligent and throws, and stuff like that. I guess that's the reason they like him. But come on, man, Justin Fields is that too. So I mean, I don't know, Ronbo. I didn't like the vibe I got from Kyle.
I know. That's why I said, did Kyle tell us who's taken? And I don't misunderstand me, Chad. I didn't say Kyle was in a rage. I just said Kyle came off as that way. I don't know why he took that position as he did and kept listing players that would be good now. He basically said, hey, look, I don't need Trent to make my decision, is what he pretty much said. He could have said, yeah, I'm looking at the NFL today, and I like what I see as far as the quarterbacks being able to move and do things, but I still have some things that I use as a checkpoint for quarterbacks or something like that. But he went on an elaborate answer on that, so it made me think, Kyle, okay.
I mean, Ronald, you got to think about it this way, right? Let's say Kyle gets Mac Jones, right, and it doesn't work out with Mac Jones. Who's getting fired? Kyle Shanahan or John Lynch? Let's say that that Kyle gets fired, right? What coach is going to want to come and coach Mac Jones? What players are going to want to play for Mac Jones if it don't work out?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, coaches come in and get their own quarterback.
But if you get like a Trey Lance and a Justin Fields, they have they can move and run and throw. I mean, any coach or player will want to come and coach those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to keep those options open, for your franchise, not for the coach. So,
but Santana,
I mean,
the only thing is, could we be like overstepping here? Could we be wrong? Could it be that if Shanahan does pick Mac Jones, it was the right pick? I entertain that thought sometimes because I'm thinking, okay, we all know who we like, but does that necessarily mean that who we like is actually going to work in this program? And a lot of people think so. I just wonder. I do wonder about that. I mean, maybe.
The answer is there, Ronbo. There's a quarterback that put up, high percentage of passing the back-to-back years. He's shown he can do it. Mac Jones only gave you 1 year.
That's true. And
against
if anything,
first round,
that should go against Jones, though. You're right. I agree with that, too.
And people's argument is that he's intelligent. Like, what? Like, come on, bro. Like, for me, that's their only argument.
No,
that's their only argument, Ronbo.
They're saying he anticipates and does a lot of good things well.
That's it.
It's not only
Two
that,
things,
but I mean,
Ronbo.
the thing is, he's not as
Two things,
athletic.
Ronbo, that
he's got a bad body.
Exactly.
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? But that's two things, Ronbo. Two things. Intelligent can throw in, but Justin Fields can do the same thing too. But he's better, like 10 times better. So there's no.
And that's why it's probably gonna
be
quarterback. It's probably gonna be Fields or Lance.
Hopefully,
we'll see.
One of those two guys, I'm happy with. But we'll see. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
We'll see. I'm just ready for Thursday, man.
we all are. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
All right, man, Ronbo, you have a good one, man.
You
Good
too,
talk,
Santana.
man.
Appreciate you, fam.
All right, later.
Later.
See
you. Me. Oh. It's Big Show's buddy, Barack O'Niner. He says, Mac Jones has a dad bod. It looks like... Barack, that's you with the Big Show moniker, too, isn't it? That's the same material. You bad. Big Show's not happy with that. Thanks for that contribution, though. Emilio.
What's happening?
Emilio, man, we're sitting up here.
Before we get started, shout out to Baloo. That shit is on call for.
Wait.
You know how I feel.
Say it, Emilio, we missed it. Say shout out to who?
Okay. To Denise. That shit is on call for.
Yeah.
That whatever they got going on. Because you know me, you know how I told you about my mother-in-law. She likes sports. She loves sports. Sometimes she knows more shit than I do.
Yeah.
So that whatever you think, if she doesn't know or they're going and somebody says like, just grow the fuck up.
Yeah. No. You know how some dudes are. They just they gotta play the stupid role. I'm weeding them out. I done told them, boy, y'all will be gone. I don't tolerate no shots at women. Anybody in here will tell you in the chat. Don't let me catch it.
Because I know dudes that talk about other women's lives and their sex life, they barely get in it. And I know that from experience. They talk about people and dudes that barely get in it. So cut the shit out. Go get you some pussy, buddy.
Video, bring it back down to earth. Reel it back in. All right. Fam, go ahead. Give me some about Kyle Shanahan yesterday, making it seem as if y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop picking on pocket quarterbacks.
I'm finna make this worse. It's gonna make it seem like it's Kyle Mac Jones. I listened to I forgot. Wow, I forgot what I was about to say. Wow, I really did.
Okay.
I listened to a podcast that had to do with my what's his name? Matt Mayoko. There you go. Listen to Matt Mayoko's podcast. He made it worse because he had Chris Sims on there. Kyle's buddy.
I gotta go find that one. God. Chris
Well,
Sims.
you're gonna have an earful. He basically said it's Mac Jones.
He's been saying it the whole
to change
time.
it up and say, if you listen to this podcast, he blurred and said it. He just said it's Mac Jones. He said, I might be wrong. He didn't want to change it up at the end until he was basically done with the whole interview. No, I might be wrong, but his other quarterback that he might take is Trey Lance. But he's like, I know my buddy. It's Mac Jones. He's going for Mac Jones. Whether you guys like it or not, it's Mac Jones.
If you don't hold back. I just wonder though, since everybody is saying that, this is normally the case every year, and Kyle goes in another direction. I wanted Henry Ruggs last year. A lot of people wanted Rudy and some other guys, and everybody. One of us thought we was right. One school of thought, and Kyle said, "Damn that! I'm trading down. I'm taking Javon Kinlaw, and I get you a wide receiver later in this draft." And you're sitting there, what? So I think it's going to be another, what? I think we'll do it again this year. I really do.
Well, we hope so, because if not, a lot of us are going to have a shit fit. But I tell you this much, though. If, let's say, Jimmy's gone and Mac Jones, yeah, Mac Jones is starting quarterback.
You've already got used to Mac Jones. Buy his jersey.
That boy. His boy, dude, he's gonna get booed. Week one, we lose the game. He throws in and said, that boy's gonna get booed the hell out that stadium so bad.
Yeah.
You know what? That reminds me that when Alex Smith was doing so bad, the whole stadium went crazy. Booed this man. He's gonna have an earful if he doesn't do what he needs to do.
See, that's why to put a rookie underneath that kind of pressure is really scary. Jimmy's gonna get booed too if he makes a mistake. The 49ers are putting themselves in a situation they can't really win as far as the fan perspective anyway. Because if Jimmy stays, you've got that large contingent of people just hate Jimmy for every reason you can think of. And if he comes out there with the wrong colored shoes on, they're gonna get mad. So if he makes a mistake, it's going to be It's going to be just overplayed. I mean, it's going to be overreacted to. If the rookie comes in and makes a mistake, those who didn't want this to happen in the first place, oh my God, that's going to be equally as bad.
No, it's going to be bad. Like I said, I don't want to be Mac Jones. I'd rather go with Trey Lance. But I'll just change up the offense a little bit. But yeah, listening to that podcast, it just made it seem like I'm just listening to them. Oh my God. This dude is really going to take Mac Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our quarterback.
Yeah, Chris Sims was saying that for a month or two. Yeah. With no shame.
He said, he's just like, I know my buddy. I know what he likes. He's picking Mac Jones. Whether you guys like him, he's just trying to defend him. Well, if you guys are Niner fans, you guys support him no matter what. If you guys are true fans. If you don't, go somewhere else. Yeah.
I just wonder if they know something else about the other guys that nobody's noticing. Because I'm looking at it in all different shades, Mac Jones may be what Kyle thinks he is, and the other guys may not be what we think they are. So, there's a lot of thoughts here to be gone over. But we'll see.
Yeah, but we'll see. Because like I said, I would like you to Justin Fields and Trey Lance, but like I said, at the end of the day, root for the team, support the team. But like I said, you've known me I'm one of the guys. Once you suck or you're not the guy that's supposed to be on the field, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, and that's you got a right
I
to.
actually don't want to get. I don't want to get into that point because I want to leave those horrible years behind. But hey,
it is what it is.
I'm at the college job, so it's just, I don't want to go there. I want to go back to those horrible years. I want to get out of here. But hey.
I agree. All right, we're gonna go, Emilio. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Well, you know what? I might not be here tomorrow because tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. So
Okay, we'll definitely be here on draft day. So, all right.
But I'll be there.
All right, bro. Good night.
All right. Talk to you later. Good night.
Good night. Oh, man. So, oh, no. He's back? Oh, yuck.
Ronbo.
I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes, but there's no point in. Yeah, let's not. Thank you, Patrick Mahomes. All right. Hey, Steven.
Ronbo.
Hey,
Ronbo.
Steven.
Oh, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for a minute.
All right.
So I'm gonna go ahead. You don't have to tell me what's going on. I think I got enough already.
All right.
So Kyle Shanahan, yeah, he was pissed. He was mad at that press conference. You could tell he was irritated because you know what? I mean, think of it this way: do you have a kid or a lady at home or anyone at home?
Well, yeah, but
okay.
But make that comparison.
Imagine going into work. Okay, imagine coming home and your kid or your wife asks you the same exact question every day for the last 3 months.
I knew it.
I'd get mad.
Yeah.
I'd get irritated.
I've answered that how many times?
He goes in there way too many times. He's been asked, is Jimmy G going to be the quarterback since he got injured? Now, if you go all the way back to every interview he's had, is Jimmy G going to stay? Is Jimmy G going to stay? Is Jimmy G going to stay?
They're waiting for him to change his mind or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, at that point, because that answer, I've used that answer before against people like, man, I don't even know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to remember what I'm going to have for dinner.
Because no matter what he says, they're not going to accept
that question.
Stephen, if he comes in as a press conference tomorrow, they'll ask him tomorrow again. Guarantee you. They're going to do it. Yeah.
The problem. And you know what? I would be more happy if, Kyle Shanahan went in that interview, the next interview for tomorrow, and responds the exact same way Marshawn Lynch does. Simple.
I'm just here.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I've been doing a lot of research on these prospect QBs. I've been looking at Lance. I've been looking at Fields. I've been looking at, Wilson, Lawrence, Jones. The top QB out of their entire selection, the whole thing, is Lawrence. Lawrence is the only one who I see as NFL ready. Second below him, it's a tie, and I'm gonna get killed for this. The second one underneath Lawrence is a tie between Jones and Fields, and I only say that because Fields has a really bad problem in panicking in the pocket, as where Jones really doesn't. And why do I say that? Because he has a very star-studded O-line. We're not going to grab Jones with a really crappy O-line. We have a decent offensive line. Granted, Mike McGlinchey is the problem. He is the weakest link, but we can fix that. If he's willing to do what it takes and stay hungry, he can do that. Now, Mac Jones is smart, and so is, Justin Fields. They're both really great QBs. They both know how to read the field. My thing, though, is I feel like Jets are going to ditch Wilson and go straight for Fields. That would be the smartest thing they can do. They have the second round pick.
You and I both agree with that. I do not believe. Why would I take Zach Wilson? And Justin Fields is right there, and he's going to do way more for my team. I don't have an offensive line.
Exactly.
And we don't have a lot of star-studded players out here. At least I know he'll survive out there. Zach's not going to survive in that environment. So I still think they're bluffing.
Ronbo?
Why?
You know why? Because Zach Wilson struggles immensely under pressure. I'm telling you, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you get in Zach Wilson's head, you're living rent-free for the next 12 months without any regret. That man will panic. He will make mistakes like nobody's business. I stood by Zach Wilson until I actually started watching more of his highlight reels of his recent games. And if you get in his head, it's over. If you get in Justin Fields' head, which kind of takes a little bit, it takes a little bit more, you kind of control the game. And Mac Jones, he's going to be a great QB behind us,
And if not, we got Trey Lance. Regardless of who we get, they're going to stay on that bench for an entire year unless Jimmy G or any other QB we had, gotten gets injured. Unless we go through another CJ, Mullins, Garoppolo, stunt again.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is going to sit his ass on that bench until the end of time, until the end of the season. If we go, past the postseason, he's going to still stay on that bench.
Yeah.
That
only makes sense. Because why would I change in the midfield just because we got a rookie? We use all the draft picks. We got to use them. No, you don't. You win. Winning takes place over everything after the draft is over, and whatever it takes to win.
And here's another thing I want to throw out too. His dad bod. They say, oh, he looks a little weak. He looks too soft. Cool, whatever. He's a QB. He's not a lineman. He ain't no linebacker. He's not a running back. Look at Jimmy G's arms. Jimmy G's arms are scrawny. I mean, look at the poster you have in the back. You think you're going to tell me that man looks like he can bicycle 100 pounds? Come on. It's not.
You got to have a midsection. Mac, he'll get rid of that once he gets to the league. I'm sure they're going to talk to him about that. Mac.
Oh yeah.
Wants him to get on a better diet. And listen, let's get a little training in, a little cardio, and get that waistline back down. You know what people are saying about you, Mac. But I don't want, Coach. You know what? I want to buy you a beer and let's talk about this. If I was a coach, I'd have to like him just for that.
I'm going to say this, Ronbo. Yeah. If we pick up Mac Jones before Trey Lance, I'll be fine with that. Because this whole offense he's been scheming with is check down and deep ball, zero running. No scramble, go to your target, and that's it. Go to your target, and that's it. That's the whole reason why we have our fullback doing most of the lifting. That's why George Kittle does all that blocking. That's why he goes for offensive players that block.
See, and a lot of people looking at what these quarterbacks do at school, thinking it's going to be transferred over to Santa Clara, and that's why I say, you know what, this argument's a little. We need to wait and see if these guys are going to make it or not in the NFL. Steve, we're going to run out of time though. Good, excellent points. We'll see you tomorrow, okay?
I'll see you tomorrow, Ronbo.
All right.
Niners all day, baby. Ain't no one got better than us.
That's right. Stays that way. Hey. And Patrick Homeboy, I want to thank you for that contribution. We're not going to read your comments because he's as annoying as ever. Hey, Shay.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, we're looking at the semi. It wasn't a meltdown, but it was Kyle lashing back out at the press, and I've never seen him really do it in that fashion. We've seen Kyle take shots in the media before, but it's usually in a very witty. Got him, got your back moment. But Kyle went into a long rant. I've never seen him go that far. Yeah. And so I was thinking, did you have a feeling that he was on time with that? Or did it scare you because it looked like he was talking about Mac Jones is my dude. I don't care what you guys say. He'll be fine. I mean, I don't need any trends to tell me what to do. Or did you have that WTF moment in Kyle, man? Sup? I mean, what'd you go through?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, first things first, shout out to my TNT sister, Denise, man. Just the disrespect that has been given in this chat, Ronbo. Thank you for, trying your best to, stop these clowns in the chat. But, I mean, come on, guys. Y'all 38 acting like you're 13. Y'all probably got kids, and y'all acting like this online. You know what I mean? Your mother taught you better. You wouldn't want somebody disrespecting your mom or your grandma like that. So don't do it to somebody else's, please.
And
I mean, at the end of the day, act like you have. Go ahead, Ronbo.
And no, I'm just saying that we do not appreciate dudes coming in here running the girls off. Run you off first.
At the end of the day, man, right, Ronbo. At the end of the day, just act like you have some home training or some etiquette and be better, man. But to go back on topic, Ronbo. Yeah, Ronbo. I mean, I watched that press conference 3 times. I don't get everybody's like, oh, it feels like Mac Jones. I don't get that notion. At the end of the day, I just feel like Kyle's tired of hearing everybody try to pick who he wants at quarterback, and he's going to pick his guy regardless.
He ain't got good sense, right? Yeah.
Right. I don't feel like, even if it is Mac Jones, Kyle still is going to be like, bro, who are you to tell me what I want to do when I want to do it? You know what I mean? It's my team. I'm the coach, and I'm going to run it the way I want. Regardless if it's Mac Jones or not, I just came under the impression that he was tired of people, all the drama and everything circulating or who his pick is, you know what I mean? And I know for a fact Kyle's well aware of 49ers Twitter and, and all these social media outlets and what people are saying. So, I'm not saying that it's going to affect his decision maker or anything like that. But, obviously it kind of came to a spilling point with, the questions that the reporters were asking at that press conference. So, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's Mac Jones. I still feel like it's Fields. I still haven't wavered. And, when the pick is in, then, that's when, I obviously have a change of heart, whoever the quarterback is. But I think it's Justin Fields because, again, at the end of the day, all these media guys or all these mocks be like, oh, Justin Fields is my second, best quarterback on the board. Justin Fields. Mac Jones is ranked 6th or 7th on my board, but I have him going to 49ers because he's a scheme fit. At the end of the day, I just don't see how, are we not watching all the same film? If Fields can be a pocket passer, which he is, he's like I've said this time and time again, he's first or second in every key statistic. I don't know why there's this notion that, he's a running quarterback. I don't get it, but I'm not even going to argue that point. I'm just tired of it. I just feel like it's Justin Fields. The talent is there. You can see it. But whoever Kyle feels like his guy, it is what it is. But at least hit it spot on. I talked to Brother Lee. When we first traded for this pick, he was the first one to say, hey, man, it might be Mac Jones. And I was like, bro, don't ruin my day like that. Like, what do you, don't do that to me, Lee. But he's just like, you got to look at Kyle's talent evaluating is very suspect. It hasn't been the greatest. Yes, there's some good picks and there's some bad picks. But again, Kyle has to, learn that evolve over time. Don't always go back to the same traits that you think that, are best or what you like. Like, you know what I mean? You always got to evaluate, or every year is a different evaluation for every prospect. But hopefully, again, at the end of the day, Kyle will get the pick right. Even if you're don't like Mac Jones, at the end of the day, you want Big Show to be right, and all the things that Big Show said that he sees in Mac Jones, you want to, because ultimately that'll hopefully end up in the Lombardi, and vice versa for every quarterback, whether it's Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Whoever they want, you want that quarterback to lead our franchise and and be the QB winning Lombardi next, Joe Montana, Steve Young, whoever, to make us contend for multiple Super Bowls a year. That's all that really matters at the end of the day, is winning, right?
Absolutely.
So, just one last thing though, Ronbo, before I go. My biggest fear is not Kyle Shanahan picking Mac Jones. It's if Mac Jones doesn't pan out, Kyle gets fired, then sees the errors in his ways and says, you know what, sometimes I do need a guy that can bail me out. Then goes to another team. He becomes the head coach. He drafts his guy, and then they go compete for Lombardi after Lombardi. That's my biggest fear.
Shay, no fears of that. You know what? No matter what the rookie is, like John Lynch said, we'll find out down the run. It's not going to be an immediate decision.
Right.
Whereas we make judgments on players immediately. You get 1 year, you get 6 snaps, and we'll make our decision. It doesn't work like that in real life.
No, I know, Ronbo. I'm saying this is down the road if it doesn't work out, whether it's in 4 to 5 years or whatever. But my thing is, the quickest parallel you can do is Philadelphia Eagles, right? They fired Andy Reid. If they didn't win that Super Bowl against the Pats, that fan base would be molding and in such distraught because we'll be looking at Andy Reid in Kansas City with Mahomes contending after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And that's my biggest fear, is that Kyle's like, oh, I made a mistake here. Let me adapt it. I'm going to get a dual threat, a guy who can help explore my system, and boom, I'm a be contending for multiple Super Bowls with a different team. But at the end of the day, obviously, I don't want Kyle fired. I think he's one of the greatest coaches we had since Bill Walsh. I think that's obvious at this point. And I do think that, as a play designer, he's one of the best. And, I just hope whoever his guy is, it works out for the best for everybody, for the fan base in the end. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Now, Shay, that was really diplomatic. I like that. You and Show, we've been in conversations on Twitter, and Show stands his ground so hard, and Shay comes in politely, takes shots at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
I love Show. I mean, that's my brother. At the end of the day, I mean, it's not personal, right?
No, you guys are TNT.
So if we win Right, if we win, we'll both be in San Francisco celebrating. If I see him, I'm definitely getting my brothers a beer. Anybody in the chat, drinks on me, man. If we win the Super Bowl, it's something to celebrate. So, all right, Ronbo.
Thank you.
Shout out to production. You guys have a good night, brother.
Thanks, fam. See you tomorrow. Night, Shay. And Lee says, quest for 6. Ronbo, we are giving up 4 picks on McCorkle to have at least talented quarterback in NFC West. That's crazy. Kyle would be scrutinized every week, Black Zeus. And here's the thing. Kyle, I knew Kyle wasn't happy. Kyle says, to be correct, we gave up 2 first-round picks. And then I have thought that way, too. So actually, we've only given up 3 picks. because we had a first. We just moved up with it, right? So we should stop making the number bigger than it is. It makes it more frightening. When you start saying 3 picks is what it was. 4 picks makes it sound like you gave up the next 3 years of picks. You know, it's 2 first-rounders and a third. So it's really 3 picks. But it's still, you know, but like Kyle pointed out, you've also seen that same deal made for, look what the Hawks did to get Jamal Adams. People have picked up players that were not quarterbacks and given up the same kind of bounty. So it's something that maybe we shouldn't overreact on. I'm pretty sure that's the way Kyle's mind is. Oh, no. Hey, Lee, thanks for that contribution. Shalil. When's the last time we talked to Shalil? Shalil. Did we lose Shalil? Shalil. Oh,
Ronbo.
Shalil, man.
What up?
We're there laughing. We're not laughing, but we're like wondering, have somebody finally stepped over the line with Kyle by constantly coming at him with the same questions in every presser? I think Kyle won't actually attend any more press conferences. He may do one after the draft, but it'll probably be John by himself. And then Kyle will come in a couple of weeks later or something like that. Yeah, hey, Chanel, you can't keep asking him the same question. I can see that right now. So Kyle, like Shay just pointed out, people are talking to Kyle like he's an idiot. You know, you don't get him started and then expect him not to defend himself. So that's why, Chanel, yesterday's press conference, Kyle explained to you why he thinks the way he does about certain things. And was that something you could say amen to? Or Chanel, if you heard it, did you say, Kyle, WTF, bruh? You know, where'd you go with that?
I looked at it and I was like, how about them Cowgirls? How about the Lambs? How about them Seahawks?
Yeah.
And last but not least, shout out to Tyler, by the way. How about them Oakland, Las Vegas, Trader Raiders, Chippendales? You can take Sherman with you. You already got Solly. You can take Sherman.
Yeah, he's coming, actually. Okay, yeah, Shalil, since we used to make these teams up and work them, you got to get the Patriots, the Chiefs in there for having watched Mahomes teach people how to ride a bicycle for 4 quarters of football and 3 points. I mean, that is history. But that's for another day.
That's true.
Come up with something.
That's for another day.
Yeah.
Choke job better listen to John Lynch and Adam Peters.
Yeah.
Okay? Because John Lynch is the one who told him about Patrick Mahomes, and he passed up on that. So choke job over there better be listening to John Lynch and the scouting department and listening with his ears, because this guy wanted Kirk Cousins and Brian Hoyer. And if it's quiet Sunday, we know who the pick is. So
wait, Sunday? You mean?
No, I'm saying if it's quiet Sunday, we know what the pick is.
Oh, you mean Thursday. As far as it already happened?
Yeah.
No pizza parlor celebrations, boy. You know,
I'm telling you, man, choke job better listen to John Lynch and that scouting department.
But you know, we don't know.
They know what they're doing with quarterbacks.
But we don't know who's like picking who. The rumor is Kyle likes somebody, and the front office is trying to persuade him not to do it. But that would indicate Mac Jones, right? I guess. He seems to be the unpopular pick amongst a lot of people. Who's the most popular pick?
Whoever.
Who do you like? Is it
whoever
Justin?
it is. I'm in a tie between. Well, my guy's getting picked first overall. I actually like.
You like Trevor Lawrence?
Zach Wilson at 3.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah, I like Trevor Lawrence. That's my main guy, but he's getting picked. There's no way we're gonna get him. No way.
No.
So it's got to be between Zach Wilson or Trey Lance.
Yeah, it's the only reason why Saban's over in Jacksonville. Yep. So. You don't have to worry about that, though. You know, Cliff Kingsbury came out of college and went and got his college quarterback. You know, Kingsbury, well, Saban's probably a little sharper than Kingsbury, though. So, no doubt about it, actually. So, we're going to see what happens with that.
I'm telling you, man, choke job better listen to Lynch and that scouting team.
with Adam Peters. They better listen. His choke job, man. He be picking Hoyer and Kirk Cousins and C.J. Beathard.
Well, Beathard was, I don't think he ever picked Beathard to be a starter. And Hoyer he brought over, and this is why I'm pretty sure whoever they pick is not starting. He brought Hoyer over because he didn't have to deal with a rookie in his first year. That's just Shanahan's mindset. You're not, this is not something to play with. You got to bring that rookie along when he's ready. So, yeah, those guys, but you're right. That is his type of quarterback, though.
Yeah, that is his type of quarterback, the statue. But, it'd be so much easier if, a quarterback could run and throw it. It saves Kyle's job a little bit, You
would think so. But, yeah. Those guys, they've got to prove they can be in the NFL.
I don't know
now.
anything. I'm just a fan. But all I know is choke job, better listen to his scouting team. That's all I got to say. Hit those likes. Shout out to the Niner Empire. Thank you for the platform, Ronbo.
Thank you, Shamil. Good to hear from you, too. Oh, by the way, Dante Pettis called in and he said he wanted to send shout out to you. Nice. Good night, Shleo. hey, Oath.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you doing?
Oh, doing great, man. I was amused and kind of glad to see Kyle show the full human side of himself yesterday, because he's frustrated on several levels. I can imagine. Listen, would you guys stop questioning my judgment? And you don't know who I'm picking, and you've asked me about Jimmy each and every time I see him. Can you please come up with a new question? And he got off, and people thought that was a direct shot at Jimmy. I think it was a direct shot at the media to leave me alone about that. I've told you how many times. So, this is turning into a situation where I don't think Kyle's going to be back until after the draft, if he was going to anyway. But was he out of line with that attitude? Or do you got an amen for that? Or a WTF, Kyle? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because I have a particular sense of humor, but I had a completely different sense of Kyle's,
sarcasm.
Or I took it a completely different way because I have this particular sense of humor, and when I saw Kyle, I was like, okay, this is me right now. It's if I'm in this certain situation, right? I need to be there. Yeah. I'm gonna play around. I'm gonna play around. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be playing with them if they're gonna be asking stupid questions, especially questions that have been asked before. Mm-hmm. But Ronbo, let me ask you one question about besides Kyle's own father, Mike Shanahan, who is the one coach that Kyle respects more than anyone?
Probably Belichick.
Exactly. So do you remember that story in 2019? Kyle Shanahan, he said that there's a question from the media, they asked him do you watch any other games? While we're contending literally for the Super Bowl, we're one of the last teams to do so. Actually, we're one of the last teams to have the undefeated, streak. And Kyle Shanahan said, yeah, I always make sure to watch every single one of the Patriots games. He said that's what he said. He said, if there's one thing that I do watch, I don't watch any other games really because I'm focused on my opponents. But after I'm done with my game planning, everything, Monday night, Tuesday night, I watch the Patriots. And what does Bill Belichick do with the media?
Oh, he just really trashes them. He just has nothing to say to them and makes them look really stupid. But their questions are Belichick throws it back at him in fashion that I would be embarrassed to actually ask Bill Belichick a question for fear of him making me look like an idiot.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's you could tell that Kyle Shanahan, so anyone could tell that this is his least favorite part of the job. He loves every single part of being a coach, except for answering questions about the media, just like Belichick. And he admires Belichick the most. He takes notes. So I'm just saying, he takes notes. So the media, he's forced to be in this thing, the pre-draft press conference. That's required for all coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
it's
saw how
required.
John Lynch handled it. Lynch was like, Lynch is Mr. PR. But you know something, you bring up something really, you know how come we learned how to deal with Aaron Donald? I think it's because of Belichick in that Super Bowl. Remember how they contained Donald and took him completely out of the equation? Belichick always goes after the best player on the opposing team. And that was Aaron Donald. Remove Donald from this game, and we win. And that's exactly what Kyle did for the last, every time we see Aaron Donald now, take his butt out. He's not taking over this game. Get him out of here. And we beat the Rams every time. Take that, Rudy. Yes.
Kyle takes notes. Like he has this particular ideas. Like I was listening to what everyone was saying. Like, you know, he is arrogant, but like he has reason to be arrogant. The thing is though, like he takes notes. Like if he sees examples from certain people, he will take notes, and he respects Belichick out of every other coach that's ever existed besides his own father. You know, like, and he takes notes. And when I was looking at that press conference, because I didn't read any media stuff, I watched the press conference on Facebook, and he reminded me so much of Belichick. But that's my thoughts on Kyle. But pretty much in regards to the QBs, I'm just saying, like, you know, this is pretty much the final hour going into it. And I just wanted to ask you, Ronbo, like, because I'm not sure if anyone else mentioned it, but did you see Chris Sims' mock draft?
No, I already know who's at number 3 for Chris.
No. It's not about who's number 3. Guess who's at number 32?
Whoa, now that I can't imagine. Chris Sims, I don't know him that kind of well. Who's at 32?
He put Justin Fields at number 32.
Oh, hey, listen. Justin Fields is getting a lot of that. Nobody goes as far as Sims, but Justin Fields is getting a lot of this, and he's moving down, and Belichick is now in hot pursuit because Belichick thinks he can get him at number 8.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, right? Like, there are so many QB needing teams in, like, Washington. There's Chicago. There's the Patriots. Like, but just think about that. Chris Sims said that in his mock draft, all those teams will pass Justin Fields, and he would be selected by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers under Brady.
Oh,
does that make sense?
No, Chris is high. We got to go though. Let's continue this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff.
One last thing, but I'm
That's
just saying,
insane.
like, look at what Chris Sims has done last year with Brandon Ayuk. He ran interference for Kyle. He said that he already knew what Kyle was going to pick, and he deliberately downplayed it. So just look at what he's doing right now. And I just want to wish you a good night, and thank you so much, Ronbo. I'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Oath. I will look at that too. All right, man. Night. Jabroni, Jed won't allow Kyle to draft Mac at 3. Ask Harbaugh. Jabroni, it's a new day in Santa Clara. If Kyle says something, Jed's not going to say anything. Jed's just sit there to write. They went through him to get permission to keep Jimmy and draft a first rounder, a quarterback. But that's it. Jed, from that point on, Jed, okay, go back to your cabana. We'll be fine. We'll let you know if we need anything. And there he is, the Iron Sheik. Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo?
It's
draft day.
I love that. That's a perfect shot. But Kyle takes over the Kevin Costner position. Sheik, that's awesome, man. I love it.
Yeah, I got that done. Hey.
That's great
Thank
work.
you. What's happening, man?
Well, Sheik, the guy you have, Kevin Costner II, has is pretty much, and Oath just put it in proper perspective too. You know, Kyle may have took a small page out of Belichick's, although Belichick wouldn't have been as elaborate or actually as Kyle put everything he said very clear, you know, and well versed. Belichick would have just, I don't really, it's really kind of a stupid question. let me get the next question. But Kyle went in and explained why I think the way I do. Okay, and guys, you know what? This is something he didn't say. I know what I'm doing, and if you're gonna ask me this question every time I see you, then you're not listening. Is basically what Kyle says. So I got a kick out of that. I didn't give Kyle an amen because I thought he could handle it a little more elegantly, but I didn't give him a WTF either because I said Kyle's got a right to say what he says, but Kyle, you got to remain cool in these situations. But Sheik, how did you feel?
Well, first off, I'm not gonna go too much because everybody else been saying it. Hey, chat, just respect the females in here. Denise is a badass caller. There's a lot of females in this world that are educated of knowledge on anything that you think of. So respect the ladies and respect the chat. Yeah, and we'll leave it to that, Ronbo. But
thank you,
let me just say this though, like with Kyle Shanahan, I've been I don't know if I'm gonna tag you, Ronbo, right after this show. And you can watch it for yourself. I was watching, shout out to Raj. I don't know if you guys know about our SF 49ers. He did on Instagram, he had a one-on-one talk with Eric Davis. And it blew my mind. And a lot of things that he touched with. He said he's, Jimmy G got to, I'll get to that in a second. He brought up a lot of things, the defensive. Sorry to say, guys, but the Super Bowl, the defense gassed out. Jimmy G had a lead, this and that. He's a Jimmy G guy. Eric Taylor said, I will not let him go. And he asked, he said, hey, who do you want in the draft? He's like, actually, you know what? Let me ask you. Do you want to give up? Who do you want? And he's like, I want Fields. Do you want Jimmy G? He's like, I want him. It's like, well, that's the thing. I want him because he knows what he's doing. I want to win. This is a championship team. You cannot win. No, actually, let me rephrase that. He asked me, you think the Rook will take you to the championship? Because never a rookie won the championship ever. That's why he's going to roll with Jimmy G. I hope he stays, but if he doesn't, he doesn't. But the thing is, then I heard he was, going through it, and he's like, talking about the Mac Jones and this and that. He's like, there's a guy that really wants him. And it's not just Kyle Shanahan.
It's Billy B. Right?
No. Mike Shanahan. Really loves.
Oh, yeah. That's been said. I forgot about Mike, though. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves him. He's CB like details. He's like, he's been wanting, he's been begging for him. I'm like, wow. I'm like, damn. I was like, okay, well, I want Lance, but he's definitely showing up. He's definitely, everybody knows he's stepping up his game. He's educated. He knows he's mind blowing all the 49ers, and it seems like there's a split right now. Everybody knows Adam Peters is the guy that is popping in Kyle Shanahan's head. This is the guy that you need to look at.
Yeah.
He is. So
he's got to respect Adam.
Yeah, he does. But the thing is, you got to look at the situation. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, he's the good cop. Kyle Shanahan's the bad cop. And you have to have that middleman to come in.
That was really on stage yesterday.
Right.
It's always polite.
Right, and that's what you see Kyle Shanahan in the back just pissed. Don't.
He's getting red.
Right.
Jesus, God.
And the best freaking thing I see is like, I don't know who's going to be alive on Sunday. Like,
I didn't expect that. That was shocking, wasn't it?
God. Yes. And that's what the thing that
Stop asking me that. Every time I see you guys, you ask me that. How many times am I going to tell you?
Right. So, it is. And now, all these media guys are saying, we don't know who they're going to get. You don't know. We don't know. What it is? They're going to get between Mac Jones and I think Trey Lance, I'm hoping. Because that makes sense. Because who in the hell trusts Sutfield and Rosen as a backup?
And Johnson's not even going to be involved. So you're right.
Right. Johnson's and it's like the thing is about Mac Jones. I get it. He's he's very similar to the style. He's healthier than Jimmy G. So, but the thing is, I still want him to be a backup.
Sheik, wait. One question: has Mac Jones ever been injured?
No, he hasn't.
Wow.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't heard it, but he's been the backup, a third stringer.
Yeah.
He's been a third stringer, and then he just, I don't get it. Like the Trey Lance, he needs to be, if people, he's less starts. I was like, dude, have you seen Mac Jones?
God. Sheik,
But,
we're going to run out of time.
Yeah, go.
But Sheik, excellent points tonight, as usual. And,
thank you as well.
I can't wait till Thursday gets here. We're going through this. It's like really becoming uncomfortable. We're going to see what happens.
It hurts. It hurts, but let me just say this though before I go. With whoever you guys, wherever you're at, remove all high-priced items around you, and just tomorrow, just treat yourself with the 49er gear. You feel better. All right, baseball. Hit that like for Ronbo Sports. Follow our platform. Shout out to TNT. Shout out to Denise. Go Niners. Later.
Thanks, fam. I look forward to hearing from you tomorrow, Sheik. I love that poster.
Draft day, baby, let's go.
I gotta see if I can get that. I gotta post that up for everybody. I gotta take that away from Sheik. That's awesome. Big smile on Shanny's face. Oh, he is the anti-TNT killer. He is. Hey, we haven't talked to you in a long time. Come on in here.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hayden, how you doing?
Good. It's just kind of funny with all the chaos about like Fields and it's either Fields or Lance or Mac, and it's all the chaos. But come on, Ronbo.
And Hayden, you
really
say
gotta
that.
think
I
about
wish
it.
there was a fourth person involved. Go get him. And like last year, remember all the wide receivers we want? Hayden, as a matter of fact, who did you want for the wide receiver last year?
Oh, well, you got me on the Henry Ruggs train,
Right.
Ronbo.
So and there was Jerry Jeudy, there was Lamb, Jeudy, Ruggs. Was there a fourth guy involved? I think those were the top three, right? So
And then Brandon Ayuk ended up being like one of the best out of all.
Right.
Of them. Where's Henry Ruggs?
Henry Ruggs, Oakland, and he played. Well, you know what though? He was
Yeah,
pretty
I
good
know
for a minute.
Oakland, but what is it? Have you seen any play from him? No.
I know.
Because
He started out the
Raiders
year pretty good, but he fizzled out.
That's not a right team for him. They're not using him the right way.
You know, there's there's that. True. God, we got to have that guy this year, though. We got to have a speed guy. But anyway, Hayden, give me some judgments on Kyle Shanahan and his lashing out at the media yesterday, and stop telling me my job, guys. The guys that are famous, I like this guy, I like that guy. These guys would have been good 40 years ago. They're great now, and they will be good 40 years from now. So don't tell me my job is basically what Kyle was doing, right? So he's going to take who he wants. And it looked to me like Kyle said, look, guys, if I decide on Mac Jones, then that's the right choice. Is that all okay with you?
Are you the head coach?
I know.
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm thinking, let's think about this. He's been hearing this since week 8, since Jimmy Garoppolo got injured.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, come on. If someone yells at you every day about something, would you be a little,
So he's been
for the
pissed.
past, 4 months?
So Hayden, he's been upset since middle of last year. And you seen remember those press conferences with Kyle coming with his hat pulled down almost to his eyes because he didn't want to be there? And then coming out of the season, they're still giving him questions that he's answered over and over. And yesterday was just a melting point. I think that's what that was all about.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it's just a little much for Kyle because he's probably thinking about like the quarterback, and then these Grant Cones are like for the past 4 months they've been bothering him.
Yeah. Kyle doesn't do
Keep
social
on-
media though. He says he doesn't.
I mean, come on. How can you get like George Kittle mad at you? I mean, come on, bro.
And Joe Staley?
I don't know.
That's a skill, though, Hayden. When you can make people who would normally ignore you when you can get their attention.
Grant I mean, he's good on some of his takes, but some takes you're like, bro, buddy, what are you thinking? Some takes are like, oh, you know a few things, but then he's like, Josh Rosen is a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo.
I know.
Like,
He came over to Twitter to nail me with that one. I said, Grant, okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and make a bet right now, okay? Hey, Grant, you never got back to me on that. You know, we weren't going to bet any money, but we're going to bet something. Wear somebody else's shirt or something.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, Ronbo, basically, I don't know, Ronbo. I think I need someone new. Easy picking. Easy. It's just their dishes are just like, oh, you twat, where's your mom? It's like, bro, you gotta get the better dishes.
You're not getting any respect.
Y'all gotta work on the dish because it's not.
Yeah, they're treating you like a child, aren't they? They've got to add more respect. You got to come at them in a different angle now. Hit them with some solid facts.
I need
that they
a new opponent.
A what? A new opponent?
I need a new opponent because they're easy now.
Well, go after whenever you see Patrick Homeboy or Rudy.
Oh, I know. I can't see his thing because he probably blocks me. So,
just go after him with impunity, will you?
I can only see him through your chat.
We're going to get these kind of guys. We attract a lot of attention because they know we're having fun, and so they got to come over and get real stupid. But, you know.
I know, and how can he talk when he got blown out by like 30 points? I mean, come on, bro. I mean, if you put up a fight, I mean, maybe. But, I mean, bro, you got blown out by 27 points, and then you're like saying, oh, the pass interference and this and that. Well, good. I was praying to the refs to call every single small little push because they get to feel the pain that Nick Bosa got to feel every snap.
Hey, Hayden, had that refereeing crew been in Super Bowl 51, Niners win. The Chiefs didn't just now start doing that stuff. They've always done that.
Did the Niners complain for a whole year? I mean, sometimes, but I mean, not as much as the Chiefs. The Chiefs were like, oh, God, they were so annoying about it.
They just got ran off the field, and Patrick Mahomes needs his definitely needs his tackles. I've never seen that before.
So he's gonna look like he's gonna look like that more because now they got worse offensive line now. So good luck to him.
They picked up that Ravens tackle. He's pretty good, but you know.
Orlando Brown and then who?
Yeah.
It's like they almost had Trent Williams though. That was remember that stressful day?
They tried to get him.
When we were like, I mean, come on, Debo was stressed. I mean, everyone was stressed. And then it was like 12 a.m. and I saw the thing and I was like, oh my God, Trent, thank you, Trent.
I know, right? We got him. Anyway, Hayden, you go get some rest and get ready for this draft. We're gonna see tomorrow though, and
Mayo Mac, baby.
Who?
I'm not a big fan of Mayo Mac, but I know.
That's what I thought you said. Mayo Mac. You've given him a new name.
Yeah, that's his nickname now.
Is that right? I love it. Well, it's better than McCorkle.
All right, bye, Ronbo.
Bye, Hayden. Oh, God. Anyway, fam, we're going to have to, as 49er fans, as long as Kyle and John are here, we're going to have to keep an open mind. Don't get overstressed by, I mean, Mac is looming in the future, possibly. I don't know that it'll be the end of the world, but I mean, I know, Ronbo, don't even tell me about trusting Kyle. I'm just saying, maybe we should just look at all sides and dimensions of this situation before you jump to any conclusion. Because we don't know, could be Trey Lance, and it could be, I really feel bad about Justin Fields. why is he dropping in rating and ranking? And are the GMs thinking the same thing? Keep an eye on the Jets, though. I do not believe the Jets. Because I do. A lot of people do say, no. Zach Wilson is the second best quarterback in this draft. So you're telling me if it wasn't for Trey Lance, Zach Wilson would be the number one quarterback in this draft? I just don't think so. And from the little bit I've seen him of all three of these guys, Lance is good. He's acrobatic. He's got throws that make no sense that actually work. So I'm not saying he's bad. I don't know that I'd rate him as number 2. Anyway, I'll see tomorrow, and let's see what develops between now and tomorrow before we get into the draft. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to work on my mock, and maybe I'll bring my mock in tomorrow. I think I will. And a mock, and then we'll talk. See what I did there? Have a good night, fam. Thank you for the contribution tonight, too. Even that ridiculous individual, it's a waste of human space. Patrick, my homeboy, and Rudy, who really could be done without and could be moved to Lithuania. But fam, for you, I'll see you tomorrow. Ooh, Clarence Molina. Any one of those three is upgrade from Jimmy G. Good night, Clarence.